Chapter 202. In the center of Sunshine City, the desolate area was overflowing with demonic chi that blotted out the sky. Some small-scale battles were happening at the periphery of the desolate area. Boom! A participant of the great wilderness threw a punch in the air. Dense scales and the shadows of wild beasts bloomed in the fist wind. Swan and I, Horned Dragon, Jianghu, all of them appeared. The powerful and violent force pierced through the heaven and earth, forming a destructive tornado that tore the demon soldiers and demon generals apart. Demonic blood gushed out. As expected, the center of Sunshine City is the demon lair. There are countless demon soldiers and demon generals hibernating there. There's even a faint demon emperor's aura. It's no small matter. Forget it. Let's stop here for today. I've earned 50 points. Let's retreat. When we meet up with the people of the Great Wilderness, led by the Azure Dragon Crown Prince, we'll annihilate this demon lair and kill Demon Emperor Qing Lin. The participant of the Great Wilderness crushed a group of demon soldiers with a punch again. His body moved and the chi waves surged to the sky as he calmly escaped. A participant of the eastern region shot out hundreds of thick sword chi from his body, distorting the space. His sword technique was invincible. Wherever the sword light passed, everything was destroyed. He killed countless demon soldiers in a breath's time. Ah, Big Brother Huang. I can't believe I found you here. A short and stocky man walked out from the shadows. Suddenly, his right hand reached out in reverse. Streams of air were like dragons locking down space, directly grabbing the neck of a demon general. It was as if he was grabbing a little chick. With a squeeze, the demon general was directly crushed into powder. The short and stocky man casually threw away the broken demon corpse in his hand. Big Brother Huang, I've heard about you for a long time. Your sword technique is well known in the eastern region. Some people even call you the #1 sword cultivator of the younger generation in the eastern region. Now that I've seen you today, you're indeed worthy of your reputation. The real sword doesn't just seek to be sharp and kill the world. I hope that this sword light can illuminate the ruins in the hearts of the common people, said the sword cultivator indifferently. All right. This place is also very dangerous. There are a lot of demons. We won't be able to hold them off if we trigger a flood of demons. Let's retreat first and find the leader of the eastern region, Zhang Sun Wuhan. Let's go. Outside this forbidden zone, where the demonic aura was swirling wildly, the Carlisle River was surging violently. There were also densely packed demon soldiers and demon generals hibernating in the river, spewing out terrifying demonic aura that filled the heavens and the earth. Once I become a mutated demon monarch, I'll be able to get through this predicament easily. I'll eat all the powerful heroes that trapped me. I'll eat all the living beings in this city. Eat them all. Ha ha ha. Demon monarch Qing Lin became a little hysterical. There's no point in killing other rookies. Even if I eat them, I won't be able to restore my demonic power to its peak. I'll still die in the hands of those damned heroes. But if I eat you, everything will be different. Ah, those heroes are too stupid. How dare they give you a tonic that contains the secret of the demon race to me? Ah, they're courting death. They're completely courting death. As he spoke, Demon Monarch Qing Lin walked towards Xiaohan step by step. Ah, when I'm killing rookies like you, those powerful heroes won't interfere. This is a test for you. Ha, don't come over. Xiaohan's face was filled with fear. At the same time, while Demon Monarch Qing Lin was getting carried away, he secretly opened his demonic eye and took a quick glance. In Demon Monarch Qing Lin's demonic body, countless demonic veins crisscrossed like capillaries. On his glabella, there was a demon emperor crystal that shone like stars and was enshrouded in ancient demonic runes. This demon emperor crystal was a few times bigger than the 2 demon emperor crystals that Xiaohan had obtained. Furthermore, there were 80,000 demonic veins in Demon Monarch Qing Lin's demonic body. This was too terrifying, too shocking. 80,000 demonic veins belonged to a high-level demon monarch. No wonder Senior Brother Fang Ling and dozens of demons were almost annihilated when they attacked Demon Monarch Qing Lin. Last time in the Western region, if it wasn't for the appearance of the Great Sun Emperor, Senior Brother Fang Ling's corpse would have turned cold. Even so, the Great Sun Crown Prince was injured. In fact, if it was a one-on-one battle, the Great Sun Emperor would probably not be a match for Demon Monarch Qing Lin. He would need many demons to attack him together in order to injure him. Moreover, he could only injure him and make him escape. It's difficult to kill him directly. Xiaohan's heart was in turmoil. However, Xiaohan could clearly see that among the 80,000 demonic veins in Demon Monarch Qing Lin's body, 50,000 had already dried up and withered, leaving only 30,000 demonic veins that contain demonic power. Even so, these 30,000 demonic veins possessed a terrifying power of 3 million cauldrons with just a slight activation. It could collapse mountains and split the earth, extinguishing everything. Not to mention that he still had the world-destroying demon blade. I must catch him off guard and launch a sneak attack. Only then can I kill this demon monarch Qinglin. Furthermore, I must not let him pull out the world-destroying demon blade. Xiao Han thought. Don't kill me. Xiao Han retreated while activating his true qi. Boom. Chapter 203. Demon Emperor Qinglin walked towards Xiao Han step by step. He did not even raise his demonic power to its strongest state, completely treating Xiao Han as an aphid or a mayfly. That made sense. A human martial artist at the 4th level of true qi could be crushed by a single breath of demonic energy when Demon Emperor Qinglin was at his peak. Even though his demonic power was greatly reduced now, he could still crush Xiao Han with a slight movement of his finger. Even if a giant beast was severely injured, it was still a giant beast. It was not something that an ant could provoke and bite. I'll fight you to the death. Xiao Han's true qi fluctuated like a tidal wave. A strand of saber intent instantly cut through the air and slashed towards Demon Emperor Qinglin. You've actually comprehended saber intent. Not bad. Demon Emperor Qinglin was slightly stunned. His black hair fluttered in the wind from the sharp saber qi. However, his reaction was extremely fast, and he grabbed the saber intent at lightning speed and extinguished it. The saber intent did not cause any substantial damage to Demon Emperor Qinglin. It only cut some of his hair. This is your strongest attack, right? Alright. Become this emperor's delicious meal and this emperor's mutated tonic. After I eat you, all the living beings in this city will die. Not even a blade of grass will grow. Demon Emperor Qinglin's demonic qi suddenly went berserk. Streams of demonic qi were like evil dragons, rampaging unscrupulously and violently. The world was in chaos. He grabbed towards Xiao Han. Rumble. The endless airflow in this space suddenly collapsed inwards, creating a terrifying suction force that pulled Xiao Han. The true qi in Xiao Han's 33 true acupoints was completely uncontrollable and was forcefully pulled out. Demon Emperor Qinglin's casual attack caused demonic qi to fill the air and whirlpools to form, extracting true qi, creating a vacuum. An obscure and evil demonic sound was sung from its demonic body. Its aura rose infinitely, like a peaked demonic mountain, wanting to pierce a hole through the blue dome of heaven. In the void far away, a man and a woman floated in the air. They were Qin Shifeng and Leng Ruyu. They were watching the battle between Xiao Han and Demon Emperor Qinglin from 1,000 miles away. Nearby, there were also some traces of true qi fluctuations, indicating that there were other chivalrous swordsmen paying attention to them. How strange, Demon Emperor Qinglin actually rushed out of his lair and spared no effort to kill Xiao Han. Leng Ruyu was slightly suspicious. There are faint traces of the demon race's secret methods on Xiao Han, but it's not worth it for Demon Emperor Qinglin to choose Xiao Han from more than 1,000 contestants, right? Ha! Qin Fading Wind laughed but did not say anything. In his eyes, a strange light flashed. He thought to himself, it seems. Demon Emperor Qinglin had sensed the secret of Xiao Han's left arm being the palm of the great Demon Emperor. Shifeng, you insist that Xiao Han will win the battle between Xiao Han and Garen. However, it seems like Garen doesn't even need to do anything. Young Xiao Han will die under Demon Emperor Qinglin's world-destroying demon blade. A hint of regret flashed across Leng Jade-like eyes. To think that such a fine jade would die prematurely? What a pity. There are strict orders from above that we are not to interfere with the contestants' assessment. Otherwise Ryu must save Xiao Han. Ha ha ha. Qin Fading Wind was more relaxed. Xiao Han might not necessarily die in the hands of Demon Emperor Qinglin. Ryu, Xiao Han has been suppressing the power of his flesh to give Demon Emperor Qinglin a fatal blow when Demon Emperor Qinglin was unprepared. In fact, Xiao Han had been pretending to be weak from the beginning. He even pretended to use true qi to attack Demon Emperor Qinglin as if he was putting up a desperate struggle. In fact, he was lowering Demon Emperor Qinglin's guard. This kid is quite cunning. Ryu, you and I both know that as long as Demon Emperor Qinglin uses the world-destroying demon blade, Xiao Han will definitely die no matter how many tricks he has up his sleeves. However, if Xiao Han can make Demon Emperor Qinglin disdain to use his blade, Xiao Han will have a chance to kill this great demon. Kill Demon Emperor Qinglin? Shifeng, you're getting more and more ridiculous. Leng Ryu shook her head. How can Xiao Han kill Demon Emperor Qinglin? To Xiao Han, the most optimistic outcome would be to escape with injuries and not be killed by Demon Emperor Qinglin on the spot. But if he does that, Xiao Han will lose the ability to fight against Garen. On the ground, in a quiet and elegant courtyard, an old woman and two skinny old men were sitting in a pavilion. Although the three of them were old, they were hale and hearty. Their skin was as clear as jade and there were powerful runes rolling in their eyes. Their auras were like dragons. They were not ordinary people. So, what a pity. Contestant number 4, the young Xiao Han, is a rare genius. He's smart and brave and he cultivates both true qi and body. I didn't expect that he would be destroyed by Demon Emperor Qinglin tonight. This old woman was the senior demon hero who was secretly monitoring Xiao Han. It seemed like she admired Xiao Han a lot. She sighed. This old woman loves Xiao Han. If this young man doesn't die, he will become a demon hero in the future and become famous. Helpless. If it wasn't for the rules, this old woman would have saved him immediately. Ha. Alright Granny, you let's wait and see. Don't interfere. If you interfere, the rules will be broken. It seems that although these contestants are all geniuses with high quality, none of them can kill Demon Emperor Qinglin alone. Unless they form a team and use the tactic of numbers. But if they do that, they will suffer heavy losses and might even be wiped out. One of the old men analyzed. Another old man said with a smile. Let's not talk about this group of youngsters. As long as they are on the Demon Hero leaderboard, who would dare to say that they can kill an injured Demon Emperor Qinglin alone? In this final test, the contestants can only kill each other's designated targets to obtain a minimum of 10,000 points. Then they can hunt some demon soldiers and demon generals. Most importantly, they have to avoid Demon Emperor Qinglin. Whoever Demon Emperor Qinglin touches will die. What else is there to say? Alright, prepare to collect the corpse of contestant number 4, young Xiao Han. In the void. Demon Emperor Qinglin had already launched an attack at Xiao Han. Demon Emperor Qinglin was confident that this attack could firmly suppress Xiao Han. Then he could comfortably penetrate the back of Xiao Han's head and suck on Xiao Han's brain to obtain supreme nourishment. All the true qi in Xiao Han's body went berserk. At this moment, an inexplicable sense of danger instantly seized Demon Emperor Qinglin, causing his thoughts to change. There was a pause of 1/100th of a breath. The next moment, buzz, a gigantic demonic talisman appeared. It descended from the sky. It directly enveloped Demon Emperor Qinglin. This demonic talisman contained a huge amount of demonic power and a faint trace of a demon emperor. It could seal people and immortals with just a thought. Sky Demon God Sealing. Xiao Han had drained all the demonic power contained in 10,000 demonic meridians to execute this move. Demon Emperor Qinglin was sealed in an instant. This time Xiao Han's attack was too sudden. Demon Monarch Qinglin was completely caught off guard. Demon Emperor Qinglin didn't expect Xiao Han to know such a demonic technique. Moreover, he found it hard to believe that Xiao Han could mobilize such a tremendous amount of demonic power in an instant. At this moment, Demon Emperor Qinglin's demonic power has been severely depleted and he's severely injured. Therefore, my Sky Demon God Sealing is enough to seal him for 10 breaths. Ah! I succeeded. I managed to sneak an attack before he could slash out the world-destroying demon saber. 10 breaths is enough for me to defeat Demon Emperor Qinglin. Xiao Han thought quickly. His body moved. He crushed towards Demon Emperor Qinglin. Boom! The power of Xiao Han's flesh shell completely broke through the seal of the spirit turtle True Qi and the indestructible golden body rushed out of his body. With Xiao Han's body as the center, the Milky Way nebula diagram, extinction starlight, wind, forest, volcano, cloud, thunder, dragon and tiger all appeared. Bone inscriptions bloomed and his aura oppressed ghosts and gods. Demon Emperor Qinglin, I'll kill you! Xiao Han roared. In the blink of an eye, Xiao Han punched Demon Monarch Qinglin's back. Puchi. Demon Monarch Qinglin was already injured. Now that he was hit by Xiao Han's violent punch, he spat out a mouthful of demon blood. His flawless demon body was covered in hair-like cracks. Die. Demon Emperor, I'll kill you too. Xiao Han did not have any other thoughts after his punch landed. He strode forward majestically and punched Demon Emperor Qinglin repeatedly. His punches landed on Demon Emperor Qinglin's body continuously. Bang, 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 bang. The Qinglin Demon Emperor howled miserably from the beating and retreated continuously. Like a maggot, Xiao Han followed closely step by step and pummeled with punches. Pieces of space were forcibly shattered by Xiao Han's fist force. Ka, 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 ka. Wherever Demon Emperor Qinglin's body passed, the space cracked and exploded like glass. Demon Monarch Qinglin was filled with regret. He should have activated the apocalyptic demon blade the moment he saw Xiao Han and not give him any chance. He should have opened all 30,000 demon meridians and slashed out with the apocalyptic demon blade. Xiao Han wouldn't have been able to block it, or dodge it. But now he no longer had the chance. Regret. Xiao Han did not stop attacking. The entire area was engulfed in destruction, brutality, and power. Demon Emperor Qinglin was indeed a high-level demon emperor. His body was indestructible. After taking hundreds and thousands of punches from Xiao Han, shockingly, bang! Finally, Demon Emperor Qinglin's body was smashed into pieces and exploded. He was actually beaten to death by Xiao Han. A huge and beautiful Demon Emperor crystal jumped out. To be continued. As long as I learned the World Annihilation Fiend Blade, people like Garen. Slaughtering them was like slaughtering pigs and dogs. What leader of the younger generation in the Devil Hero domain? As long as they dare to come and kill me, this daddy will torture him until he hovers between life and death. Xiao Han's mind flickered, and he directly entered the quiet streets and residences below. His body's fluctuations were sealed, and he hid himself deeply. He hid in the city. This is simply too unimaginable. On the other side, Lung Ryu's eyes were dazed and her face was filled with shock. He actually killed Qinglin Demon Emperor. This Xiao Han is too ruthless. Now there's a good show to watch. Morning drifting wind whistled. Garen is going to suffer. On the ground. In a quiet and elegant courtyard. This kid killed Qinglin Demon Emperor with his fists? Isn't this too ruthless? An old man licked his lips. We humans actually have such a tough character, and he also has demonic techniques. Good seedling. This person is a good seedling. In the future, when he kills demons, he will definitely be outstanding. He will definitely rise to become a rare demon hero. It's hard to imagine that he could kill a demon emperor at such a young age. Another old man said in shock. Remember, contestant number 4, Xiao Han. The old woman's voice was trembling. Xiao Han wandered around the silent city, walked to the suburbs, found a barren ridge and found a tall mountain. He dug a cave in the belly of the mountain, went in and sat cross-legged. Rays of beautiful and dazzling demonic light lingered around Xiao Han. The Demon Emperor crystal had been embedded into the Demon Thearcha's palm. It fit perfectly and was slowly refined. Strings of demonic runes flowed into Xiao Han's mind, causing him to have all kinds of epiphanies. Moreover, Demon Emperor Qinglin's corpse was refined inch by inch, causing the Demon Thearcha's palm to continuously awaken demonic meridians. Demon Emperor Qinglin was a living grand demon after all. The essence contained in the demon corpse was slightly richer than that of the 2 mutated Demon Emperor corpses that had been dead for countless years and had almost lost all their demonic aura. This made the Demon Thearcha's palm tattoo on his left arm greedily devour and absorb it as if it had found a treasure. Xiao Han also completely calmed down. He sat quietly, neither too fast nor too slow. Soon Xiao Han entered the mysterious realm of no one and no me. The extremely cold night quietly left and the scorching day arrived. The fiery sun shrouded the entire western region. Sunlight City. In a lively restaurant. A woman with golden wavy hair and gem-like eyes was extremely beautiful, exuding a touch of elegance. She carried a sword on her back, and there was a round and smooth sword chi rising from her entire body. It was Xiao Yunrong. I'm afraid it's a little inappropriate to betray them to the people from the Yaoxia region. Tian Yuan was slightly hesitant. Brother Tian, you haven't figured out the situation yet? The Crown Prince of Lingshan said earnestly. Xiao Han and the people from the Yaoxia region have become mortal enemies. They will not stop until one of them is dead. You have to know that Garen has transcended the mortal world and entered the divine realm. He has a sense of superiority everywhere. Moreover, Garen has dozens of powerful junior brothers and sisters under him. We can't afford to offend this force. Moreover, Xiao Han will definitely die if he provokes this group of people. The people from the Yaoxia region are almost certain to become Yaoxia, and Garen is more likely to become an all-powerful figure in the future. It's not too late for us to curry favor with Garen now. Xiao Han is an arrogant and unruly person. It doesn't matter whether we betray him or not. He is a person who must die. If we can help Garen find Xiao Han, we will definitely get his gratitude. Why not? Also, we can use Xiao Yunrong to threaten Xiao Han so that he will help us hunt down the designated target. It's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I see. Tian Yuan's eyes rolled a few times. That's good. Xiao Han is the most outstanding among the younger generation of the southern region. If he rises, it won't be good for the two of us. In the future, in the southern region, we will always be suppressed by him and even have to act according to his wishes. Alright. We'll take this opportunity to eliminate him. In fact, if Xiao Han didn't draw Garen as the hunting target, he might have passed this round. But, forget it. It's fate. If the heavens want Xiao Han to die, there's nothing we can do. After the two finished their discussion, they walked directly toward Xiao Yunrong. Miss Xiao. The Crown Prince of the Soul Mountain and Tian Yuan walked over with a smile on their faces and greeted her in an extremely friendly manner. Xiao Yunrong was shocked and her eyes were on guard. Crown Prince of the Soul Mountain? Tian Yuan? A faint sword light flashed in her eyes. Miss Xiao, you don't have to be like this. We are friends, not enemies. The Crown Prince of the Soul Mountain smiled. We all come from the same southern region and belong to the same origin. It's fate that we met here. Xiao Yunrong said indifferently without batting an eyelid. Crown Prince of the Soul Mountain, Tian Yuan, hello. I didn't expect to meet you here. Ha ha ha. Miss Xiao is too cautious. Tian Yuan laughed heartily. Let's not talk about the same origin. Miss Xiao, the target of me, Tian Yuan, and the Crown Prince of the Soul Mountain is not you. Therefore there is no conflict of interest between us at all. Miss Xiao, do you think that we want to harm you? That's impossible. If we harm you, we will have to deduct 1,000 points. Who can afford to lose 1,000 points? To put it bluntly, Miss Xiao, even if you ask us to kill you now, we don't dare. The loss outweighs the gain. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. Don't you think so? By the same logic, you won't kill us even if we ask you to. If you accidentally kill a non-designated contestant, it basically means that you won't be able to pass this test. Who would dare to kill people? In the belly of the mountain where Xiao Han was hiding. Swoosh, 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 endless demonic light shuttled back and forth, lingering around Xiao Han. In a day and a night, the demon god palm on my left arm swallowed all the essence of the demon emperor Qing Lin's corpse without leaving a single drop. It also awakened a large number of demonic veins. Now, my left arm of the demon god palm has a total of 40,000 demonic veins. Each demonic vein is full of demonic power. It gives me the illusion that I can pluck the stars and the moon and destroy the world. Ah, good. Very good. Moreover, the demon emperor crystal has been perfectly refined by the demon god palm. It allowed me to master the third demonic technique, the apocalyptic demon saber, in addition to the heavenly demon apotheosized demon saber. Xiao Han was full of ambition. His combat power had completely improved by leaps and bounds. To be continued? They did not scatter in all directions. Instead, they were instantly devoured by the demonic light. Nothing was left. As the demonic light faded away, Xiao Han calmly walked towards the bustling street outside the barren mountain. Sunshine City. In the restaurant, the Crown Prince of Lingshan and Tian Tian sat on either side of Xiao Yunrong. Xiao Yunrong's face was still a little cold. Miss Xiao, if I remember correctly, your target should be Tang Feiping of the eastern region, right? The Crown Prince of Lingshan smiled. Tang Feiping is no small matter. He had participated in the previous Devil Hero selection tournament and survived through a mountain of corpses and a sea of bones. Miss Xiao, I'm afraid that it would be difficult for you to kill such a character with your cultivation level of true qi, right? It's very likely that we'll be killed instead. Xiao Yunrong was slightly stunned, but she did not refute. That was indeed the case. Even if it was a sneak attack, Xiao Yunrong did not think that she could kill Tang Feiping. Miss Xiao, it seems that if you want to kill Tang Feiping and get the points needed to become a devil hero, you have to do it through others. The Crown Prince of Lingshan's eyes moved slightly as he whispered. Xiao Han will definitely be able to kill Tang Feiping. Miss Xiao, your relationship with Xiao Han is very close. As long as you ask, he will definitely help you kill Tang Feiping. Hearing the Crown Prince of Lingshan's words, Xiao Yunrong's pretty face blushed slightly. Her eyes were like water as she said, the relationship between Yunrong and Xiao Han is just an ordinary friendship. Ha ha ha. Tian Tian laughed heartily. Miss Xiao, you don't have to hide it. Between you and Xiao Han, there must be love between a man and a woman, a pair of lovers. Haha, it's really enviable. Then Miss Xiao, the most important thing now is to find Xiao Han. We are all from the southern region, so we should be on the same side. Let's go, let's look for Xiao Han and Mo Qingtong and the others. Let's join forces and hunt down our designated targets one by one so that we can all successfully become devil heroes and win glory for the southern region. Miss Xiao, there should be some secret code between you and Xiao Han, right? What is it? The Crown Prince of Lingshan said calmly. There is no secret code. Hearing the Crown Prince's words, Xiao Yunrong said straightforwardly without thinking. There is no secret code between Yunrong and Xiao Han. I'm sorry, Yunrong has to leave now. Xiao Yunrong was not a 3-year-old child. It was impossible for her to trust others casually, and it was even more impossible for her to reveal the secret code between them and Xiao Han. Xiao Yunrong knew that Xiao Han had too many enemies, especially Garen, who was the most powerful among all the contestants in the Hex Hero preliminaries. In any case, Xiao Yunrong would not reveal any clues which would put Xiao Han in danger. They completely treated Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu as prey, to be dealt with and slaughtered at will. At this moment, Tian Yuan's body suddenly trembled. His gaze looked at the bustling crowd not far away. Xiao Yunrong's eyes, which were filled with despair and resentment, also looked at the crowd shuttling back and forth. Her panicked and helpless eyes suddenly calmed down, and her pale face gradually returned to normal. Fatty Zhu also turned his head to look and blurted out, "Boss." Not too far away, Xiao Han slowly walked over. He didn't reveal anything, his temperament was calm and unruffled, as if he was taking a stroll in the park. "Oh." Zhang Sun Wuhan also turned to look at Xiao Han, a hint of fierceness flashing across his eyes. "Miss Xiao, if you dare to say anything else, I will immediately kill you," the Crown Prince of Lingshan threatened in a low voice. At the same time, his hands trembled as he quietly took out a talisman from his bosom. That was the communication talisman given to him by the people of the Demon Hero region. "Oh? Fatty Yunrong?" Xiao Han also discovered his companions. He was overjoyed and quickly walked over. To be continued. Chapter 206. Xiao Han casually strolled around the block and found his companions, Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu, which made him smile and walk straight over. Of course, Xiao Han also saw the leaders of the East region, Zhang Sun Wuhan, the Crown Prince of Lingshan and Tian Yuan. Fatty Zhu's face was pale, his aura was weak, and his true qi was declining. It was obvious that he was seriously injured. There was panic in Xiao Yunrong's eyes. Moreover, Xiao Han could vaguely feel that the field seemed to be releasing some special genuine qi that enveloped Xiao Yunrong, completely suppressing her. If anything went wrong, she would probably die. Oh. Xiao Han's heart suddenly lit up. Fatty and Yunrong have been kidnapped. Good, very good. How dare you forcibly kidnap my friends? What are you plotting? A violent killing intent surged in Xiao Han's heart, almost uncontrollable. However, he kept his cool and his expression was very calm, giving off a sense of harmlessness. "Miss Xiao, I have poured the true qi of the sea into the true acupoints of your body. With a thought, an ocean storm will be generated in your true acupoints, instantly shattering you and killing you. Your realm is too low to save yourself. However, as long as you don't talk nonsense, we won't hurt you." Tian Yuan transmitted his voice to Xiao Yunrong. Xiao Han, brother Xiao. The Crown Prince of Lingshan smiled at Xiao Han. "I'm really lucky to meet brother Xiao here. Haha, brother Zhang Sun Wuhan is the leader of the younger generation in the East region, and brother Xiao, you are the leader of the younger generation in the South region." Zhang Sun Wuhan rolled his eyes slightly and glanced at Xiao Han, sneering. "Boss." Fatty hurriedly called out. "Boss, be careful." Fatty wanted to warn Xiao Han, and Xiao Yunrong also threw caution to the wind. She ignored Tian Yuan's threat. Her cherry lips opened and she said hurriedly, "Xiao Han, shut up." Zhang Sun Wuhan's eyes flashed as he glared at Fatty Zhu. Tian Yuan and the Crown Prince of Lingshan also instantly interrupted Xiao Yunrong's words. At this point, Xiao Han also vaguely understood that the kidnapping of Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong was most likely related to him. This group of scum wants to plot against me, right? But it did not matter. Now that I've refined Demon Emperor Qing Lin's corpse and opened 40,000 demon veins, I don't even need to use the world-destroying demon blade. Just my demon the Archpalm alone will be enough to crush them like slaughtering pigs and dogs. Xiao Han was not afraid at all. Instead, he wanted to see what they were up to. He suddenly felt like a cat playing with a mouse. "Alright, Fatty Yunrong. You don't have to say more. I understand." Xiao Han nodded to Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu. He gestured for them to keep quiet. Xiao Yunrong was originally extremely frightened. She already knew that the Crown Prince of Lingshan and the others were scheming to deal with Xiao Han. She was worried for Xiao Han and wanted to directly expose them in front of Xiao Han so that he would be on guard. However, Xiao Han's eyes were extremely calm and unruffled. There was even a hint of confidence in him. As a result, Xiao Yunrong calmed down at once. Strangely, Xiao Han's eyes were extremely gentle, which made Xiao Yunrong suddenly feel that the sky was high and the sea was wide. The panic caused by this tense atmosphere was also soothed. Xiao Yunrong looked at Xiao Han quietly and did not say anything else. This. The Crown Prince of Lingshan rolled his eyes a few times and finally said, "Brother Xiao, can I have a word with you?" As soon as he said that, Zhang Sun Wuhan and Tian Yuan looked at Xiao Han nervously and firmly restrained Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong. The scene was very strange. "It's fine." Xiao Han smiled and nodded. "Brother Xiao, please follow me." The Crown Prince of Lingshan did not say much and walked straight out of the bustling street to the desolate suburbs. Xiao Han didn't even think about it. He took off and followed behind them. Tian Yuan threatened Xiao Yunrong and followed closely behind. Zhang Sun Wuhan thought for a moment and also grabbed Fatty Zhu and followed. Soon the group walked out of the bustling street and arrived at the suburbs where there were flowers and trees. Everyone only cared about walking and did not say anything. Xiao Han did not take the initiative to talk to Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong for the time being. The atmosphere became more and more strange. Not long after, the Crown Prince of Lingshan finally could not hold it back. He raised his right hand and a stream of true qi ignited the talisman that he had secretly held in his hand. Spiritual light soared into the sky and exploded into a group of true qi characters in the sky. It was crooked and twisted like a dragon or a snake. Not long after, this group of true qi characters exploded and turned into a rain of flowers, auspicious clouds and auspicious qi. Rays of colored glazed light appeared in the void, spanning several miles from east to west. It was a spectacle and extremely beautiful. Almost 10 breaths later, a group of true qi runes also appeared in the air 50 kilometers to the east. They also exploded and filled the sky with crimson divine light. Then the void continued to rise and fall, continuously exploding true energy runes. One after another, the true qi characters extended thousands of miles away. Phew. Seeing this, the Crown Prince of Lingshan heaved a sigh of relief and smiled slightly. He turned around and looked at Xiao Han with a hint of ridicule in his eyes. "Brother Xiao, please wait for a moment." Xiao Han could not help but laugh. "This? Crown Prince of Lingshan, it seems that you are informing someone? If I'm not wrong, it's Garen, right? You tricked me into coming here and then sent a message to Garen? Good, you're very good." Xiao Han's tone was very calm and his eyes were as calm as water. It was as if he was not angry at all. "Xiao Han." An extremely regretful expression suddenly appeared on the face of the Crown Prince of Lingshan. "Xiao Han, I have no choice but to do this. You can only blame yourself for being too arrogant. You don't know how to restrain yourself at all and made the whole world your enemy. Also, you became Garen's target. This is no different from taking chestnuts out of the fire and seeking your own death. As the saying goes, a wise man submits to circumstances. I, the Crown Prince of Lingshan, am not much of a person, but I'm much better than you, Xiao Han. After all, I know how to make choices and who I can't offend. Alright, Xiao Han, it's not that I, the Crown Prince of Lingshan, want to kill you. It's Garen and the geniuses of the Yaoxia region who want to kill you. I, the Crown Prince of Lingshan, am only responsible for sending a message to them about your whereabouts." As he spoke, the Crown Prince of Lingshan became more and more fearless. The Crown Prince of Lingshan, Tian. You're too shameless. As a member of the southern region, how could you collude with those guys from the Yaoxia region? You colluded with them to murder Xiao Han. Xiao Yunrong was furious. She no longer cared about anything and started cursing. "Shut up." Tian Yuan was furious. However, he didn't dare to do anything to Xiao Yunrong, let alone kill Xiao Yunrong. After all, killing a non-designated participant by mistake would result in a deduction of points. "Boss, these guys are plotting against you." Fatty Zhu also shouted. "Enough, Fatty, you shut up too," Zhang Sun Wuhan said indifferently. "Xiao Han, the news has already been spread. It won't be long before the people from the Yaoxia region come. Maybe Garen will come to kill you personally. You better pray for your own good." "Zhang Sun Wuhan?" Xiao Han smiled. "You captured my brother, Fatty Zhu. What do you want? Are you going to force me to show up like the Crown Prince of Lingshan?" "No. I captured Fatty Zhu to hand him over to the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince's target is this Fatty. I, Zhang Sun Wuhan, am the #1 genius of the younger generation in the eastern region. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince is also the leader of the younger generation in the Great Wilderness. Take this Fatty as a greeting gift so that I can befriend the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince." "Yes, Zhang Sun Wuhan. Very good. You're also very good." Xiao Han nodded with a smile. A murderous intent flashed in his eyes. Then he turned his head again and looked at the Crown Prince of Lingshan. Crown Prince of Lingshan, you betrayed me. Aren't you afraid that I will kill you? Ha 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 ha. The Crown Prince of Lingshan laughed calmly. You want to kill me? Xiaohan, you can't kill me. If you dare to kill me, then you will never be able to become a Yaoxia. If you don't kill me, then you can still try to kill Garen and get enough points. Maybe you can become a Yaoxia. But if you dare to kill me, then your points will be deducted. Even if you successfully kill Garen, it will be difficult to pass. Oh? So that's why you are so fearless and think that I dare not kill you? Xiaohan laughed involuntarily. However, Xiaohan did not make a move. Ha ha ha. Seeing that Xiaohan did not even have the slightest intention to make a move, Tianyuan also laughed, as if relieved of a heavy burden. Xiaohan, it seems that our calculation is very accurate. You are indeed afraid to kill people. If it were me, I would not dare to kill people. Well, this matter has nothing to do with us. You can wait for the people of the Yaoxia region to come and settle the score with you. We will not care about it. Let's see the battle between you and Garen. But it will be difficult for you to compete with Garen. No one is optimistic about you. Otherwise, we would not have joined forces to plot against you. Alright, stop talking. I won't make a move first. I'll wait until the trash from the Devil Hero region arrives, or even when Garen arrives, then I'll go on a killing spree and blast all of you to pieces. Xiaohan smiled innocently. What an idiot. You are still bragging and arrogant even when you are about to die. Zhang Sun Wuhan sneered. At this moment, boom, a mighty and dignified sword chi flew in the sky. The lingering sword chi filled the void. From the sword chi, a peerless swordsman walked out. He was sharp, and his eyes were rolling with the sword will that could destroy the ages and tear the mountains. It was a young man in white with a sword on his back. He was dignified and looked like a king. When he arrived, he glanced at Xiaohan coldly and stood aside without saying much. Xiaohan had seen this person before. He was a genius from the Yaoxia region. After a few breaths, hundreds of flowers bloomed in the void. A huge peony suddenly bloomed, and a woman in colorful clothes walked out of the stamen. Between her eyebrows, there was a kind of peerless majesty that could not be concealed. From head to toe, a terrible aura burst out. Another genius from the Yaoxia region. After arriving, he also stood aside and looked at Xiaohan coldly. In the next moment, the heavenly wind rolled and a fierce gust of wind fell from the sky. The ground shook and many wild trees were uprooted. The soil on the ground was shaken. A young man in a golden robe descended aggressively. His whole body emitted a cold air, and the genuine chi on his body was very strange. It seemed to be good and evil at the same time. It was very powerful. Whoosh! In the eastern sky, a fierce dragon appeared. Genuine chi rolled and a man and a woman stood on it. Their aura was terrifying and they were as oppressive as a mountain. Roar! Another loud roar shook the mountains and rivers, and the earth shook as if there was an earthquake. A nine-headed lion split the void and flew over. Its body was golden, and it breathed clouds and spat out mist. Golden light overflowed in all directions. Holy songs rang out. On the head of the largest lion, a young man dressed in purple stood there with a majestic aura. In just a short period of time, dozens of young people from the Yaoxia region had swarmed over in this area. These people were all extraordinary. They were geniuses and their aura was so strong that it made the world tremble. Powerful aura and murderous intent. Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu were almost suffocated. Xiao Han, on the other hand, maintained a calm and unruffled attitude. His face was bathed in an extremely calm smile. Dozens of geniuses from the Yaoxia region surrounded Xiao Han, all of them gritting their teeth. However, Garen didn't come. Xiao Han didn't say anything. He was waiting. After about half an hour, no one else came. However, a total of 32 young geniuses from the Yaoxia region had gathered there, and they surrounded him. The atmosphere was so oppressive that it made people collapse. Is everyone here? Xiao Han finally said with a smile. At this moment, a young man in a white robe appeared. He was very clean, had a sharp aura, and had narrow eyes. He took a step forward, nodded slightly to the Crown Prince of Soul Mountain, and said indifferently, "Very good, Crown Prince of Soul Mountain. You found Xiao Han and sent a message to us in time so that we could catch a turtle in a jar. This is your credit. Our eldest senior brother, Garen, will reward you according to your contribution." "Thank you, Brother Yun," the Crown Prince of Soul Mountain said with a smile. "Xiao Han," the young man in white looked at Xiao Han, "you have no way to escape. Indeed, your combat strength is very strong, and your body is comparable to the barbarians of the great wilderness. However, there are more than 30 of us here. You won't have a chance." If you dare to resist, you will immediately be cut into pieces. However, we won't kill you. Come with us now to see senior brother Garen. You have committed a heinous crime by repeatedly murdering people from the Wuxia region. However, senior brother Garen is merciful. I think he may grant you a full corpse. Come with us and surrender yourself to us. If you dare to resist, I will cut off the tendons of your hands and feet, destroy your cultivation, and let you experience all kinds of torture. Dig out your eyes and cut off your nose. This young man's tone was the kind of tone that said he had everything under control. On the side of the Wuxia region, there were 32 people surrounding Xiao Han. Even if Xiao Han had 3 heads and 6 arms, it was impossible for him to escape, let alone fight back. He could only be at the mercy of the young man. Ha 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 ha. Xiao Han looked up to the sky and laughed. This made him so angry that he fell into a state of madness. He was hysterical and looked at Xiao Han with deep hatred. Come on. Kill me if you have the guts. Kill me if you dare. Bang. Xiao Han stomped his right foot and all the strength in his body burst forth. In an instant, the crown prince of the Soul Mountain was stomped into the ground. All the bones in his body exploded, and he could not be more dead. Do you think I dare not kill you? Xiao Han sneered. Then his eyes swept around arrogantly. Not only the crown prince of the Soul Mountain has to die, but everyone here today will die. Xiao Han, you've lost your mind. How dare you kill me? You're insane. Tian Yuan's eyes widened and he bared his teeth. Swoosh. Xiao Han's figure suddenly flashed, turned into a series of afterimages, and flashed behind Tian Yuan. Bang. He threw a punch. The force of 1.5 million ding was instantly released, and the sound of stars disintegrating could be heard in all directions. The airflow collapsed and the wind howled. Tian Yuan was smashed into pieces, and his broken body flew in all directions. Xiao Han, how dare you? The white-robed youth from the Devil Hero region was furious. You killed 2 people in a row. What about me? What are 2 people? I've said it before, all of you must die. Today I, Xiao Han, will kill without restraint. Xiao Han said sternly. To be continued. Chapter 207. Xiao Han started his killing spree. He first slaughtered the crown prince of Mount Lingshan, and then destroyed the farmland. He ignored the rules. Yunrong, are you okay? After killing the 2, Xiao Han pulled Xiao Yunrong behind him. Xiao Yunrong looked at Xiao Han in a dazed and infatuated manner. This kind of powerful and domineering strength, as well as the spirit of disregarding the rules, caused her to be captivated and deeply immersed. What? He actually dared to kill people. Zhang Sun Wuheng was frightened out of his wits watching from the side. Xiao Han, this person was really too cruel. He dared to go against the world. He killed people just like that. His expression didn't change. Xiao Han, how dare you trample on the rules of the hex trial? How dare you? Zhang Sun Wuheng trembled. Even his soul was stunned by Xiao Han's murderous aura. His fair and handsome face became extremely twisted and ashen, and his eyes were filled with fear. Rules? What rules? Xiao Han's aura became more and more arrogant and fierce. The rules forbid killing? What an idiot. Zhang Sun Wuheng, you're just an insect under the rules. How dare you talk about rules with me? Xiao Han naturally ignored the rules. He killed Demon Emperor Qinglin and gained 100,000 points. After a month he could easily pass the test and become a hex hero. He also had a lot of points. With the points in hand, Xiao Han completely ignored the rules. All the enemies were killed. He crushed them with great force. Xiao Han. The young man in white from the Hex Hero region was calm a moment ago, but now his expression changed. He thought that there were 32 experts on his side. They could easily kill Xiao Han, completely binding and suppressing him, causing Xiao Han to not dare to act blindly without thinking. But who would have thought that under their threat, Xiao Han's state of mind would not be affected at all, and he would explode forth with killing intent. This was truly unrestrained. Now, all the geniuses from the Devil Hero region were enraged. They each prepared their ultimate moves and launched their strongest attacks. They wanted to injure Xiao Han, cripple him and break his tendons. Then they would bring him back for Garen to kill. Oh. The purple-clothed girl from the Demon Hero region walked out from the stamen of the flower. With a single thought, flowers bloomed and the world was covered in snow. He said indifferently, Xiao Han, are you just going to throw caution to the wind? I get it now. It's because your opponent is our senior brother, Garen. He's an invincible figure who has the qualities to become an immortal. You know that you're no match for him and that it's impossible for you to become a demon hero. Instead you'll be killed by him. So, you've decided to go all out and give up on yourself. Right now you're completely a mad dog. However, it doesn't matter. Aphids like the Crown Prince of Lingshan and Tianyuan are insignificant. If they die, so be it. It won't affect us. Now you can be executed. Xiao Han was not angry at all after hearing the girl's insults. Instead, he remained calm and smiled. You said I'm a mad dog? Ah, bitch. You are a bitch. Now, I'm going to trample all of you arrogant, self-proclaimed geniuses under my feet. Ravage you. I'll make you hover between life and death. You're about to die. Hearing Xiao Han's insults, the purple-clothed girl was enraged. Her 3 corpses jumped up, and a peony the size of several acres rose up from her body. Her true energy surged, illuminating the 9 prefectures for all eternity. Get ready. A green-clothed young man with sword chi surging all over his body and every acupoint emitted a holy light. He stood in position and raised his aura to the peak. Soon, more than 30 experts from the Yaoxia region stood in position and prepared to attack. They were going to defeat Xiao Han in one fell swoop. It was as if a group of supreme experts of the human race had surrounded a demon and were about to join forces to kill it. Outside the area, Qin Shifeng and Leng Ryu had already arrived and were watching from afar. Oh no. Those young people from the Yaoxia region have surrounded Xiao Han. This is bad. Xiao Han has already obtained 100,000 points from killing Demon Emperor Qing Lin. He doesn't have to be afraid of anything anymore. He can kill anyone he wants and do as he pleases. Leng Ryu's expression changed drastically. Dozens of geniuses are going to be destroyed. What should we do? Shifeng, what should we do now? Qin Shifeng's expression was indifferent. Ryu, we can't do anything. No matter what happens during the assessment, we can't interfere. This rule can't be broken. As for today's massacre, those young people from the Yaoxia region asked for it. They came to deal with Xiao Han and were killed instead. They deserved it because they were not as skilled as Xiao Han. Since ancient times, the winner is king and the loser is the bandit. It's natural selection. I don't think it's a pity for them to die because Xiao Han is stronger than them. Apart from Qin Shifeng and Leng Ryu, there were also a large number of senior Yaoxia who were in charge of monitoring the assessment. The old woman who was in charge of monitoring Xiao Han smiled. These young people don't understand the situation at all. Xiao Han can even kill Demon Monarch Qing Lin. Why should he be afraid of their attack? It seems that Xiao Han is going to start a massacre. Oh no. This is no different from destroying the assessment. An old man frowned and said. After a pause he continued. Think about it. The higher-ups never imagined that a participant would be able to single-handedly wipe out a whole group of participants in this trial. The demon the arch palm slapped in the air, tearing the void in all directions and exploding continuously. A total of 5 geniuses from the Devilxia region were smashed into meat paste. Xiao Han took a step forward and the wind and clouds surged. The demon the arch palm struck out again and again. Thunder rumbled and all the air exploded at the same time. The ground cracked inch by inch and cracks appeared in the sky. The demon the arch palm casually moved, causing the void to collapse and the mountains and rivers to collapse. The geniuses of the Devilxia region died a violent death. They were smashed and scattered in all directions like gravel. Why is it like this? Why is he so overbearing and cruel that we can't resist him? Don't kill me. I've given in. I won't be your enemy anymore. Why did I die here? My masters once said that I'm talented and have great luck in my life. Although I won't be able to surpass eldest senior brother in the future, I'll definitely be famous. Why did I die here? It's so tragic. One by one, the geniuses of the Devil Hero region exploded. The sky was filled with dazzling lights that were like fireworks. That was the final glory of their lives at the end of their lives. It was gone in a flash and they would fall forever. Xiao Han was bathed in the demonic wind and demonic light with an indifferent expression. His body seemed to have become taller and bigger, covering the sky and the sun. He pointed at the sky and stomped on the ground like the king of hell who walked in the world and harvested lives. He was almost invincible. Demon. I'll fight you to the death. A young man in a green robe coughed out blood continuously. His arms suddenly exploded and his attack power increased by a few times. He was actually mutilating his body and destroying his true acupoints in order to kill Xiao Han forcefully. Fight you to the death? Just you? Xiao Han sneered and clenched the demon the arch palm. Demonic chi drowned and evaporated everything and crushed the young man in a green robe into powder. After an unknown period of time, Xiao Han finally withdrew the demonic emperor's palm. The surroundings were quiet like a ghost town. A total of 32 geniuses of the Wuxia region had been smashed by Xiao Han. No one survived and no one was spared. They were all smashed and died. Moreover, there were no complete corpses. The ground was full of corpse powder. Xiao Han had the indestructible golden body and a strong flesh shell for defense, and the demon the archpalm for attack. He was like a tiger in a flock of sheep, a lion fighting a rabbit. Ha ha, ha ha. Zhang Sun Wuhan was dumbfounded and did not attack Xiao Han. His willpower had already collapsed. At this moment, a gurgling sound burst out from his throat. In his eyes, there was no longer any pride and conceit left. He looked at Xiao Han in a daze as if he was looking at a demon god. His knees were weak. Xiao Han, you. Kneel, Xiao Han said indifferently. Plop, Zhang Sun Wuhan knelt on the ground almost without thinking. Boss. Fatty Zhu released the restraint and rushed over. His face was full of shock and admiration. Boss, you're too fierce. Just now you killed these guys as if you were swatting flies. You're really unparalleled. Invincible in the world. So, Xiao Han, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Your battle prowess is already invincible under the 6th level of true Qi. No one can contend against you, even Garen would have to concede defeat. I was wrong. I shouldn't have kidnapped your friend, Fatty Zhu. Please let me live. Zhang Sun Wuhan was trembling non-stop as he wailed in grief. Xiao Han pondered for a moment and said indifferently. Aren't you very handsome? Aren't you very cool? Sorry? If saying sorry was useful, then there would be no dead people in this world. Bang! Xiao Han activated the demon the archpalm again. With a slap, Zhang Sun Wuhan was torn into pieces and his whole body exploded. To be continued. Chapter 208. Xiao Han defeated all 32 geniuses from the Devil Hero region. His methods were so cruel that it made people's hair stand on end. Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu were both shocked. Alright Yunrong, Fatty, let's leave this place for now. After the massacre, Xiao Han quickly returned to his usual calmness, as still as the moon. His almost harmless expression made it difficult for people to associate him with the one-sided massacre just now. Boss. Fatty Zhu licked his lips. Your combat strength seems to have increased by more than several times. Those geniuses of the hero region are definitely not weak, but in front of you, boss, they are almost powerless to fight back. They can only wait for death. You're too ferocious. You're simply a peerless, ferocious person who dominates the world. Let's go. Don't talk nonsense, Xiao Han scolded with a smile. He led Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu out of the desolate suburbs and walked straight to the bustling street. I once heard from senior brother Xiao Mingchu that once a cultivator reaches the 6th level of true Qi, they will begin to expand their acupoints and enter a truly new realm, opening up a new world. From then on, their combat strength will be extraordinary and they will suddenly rise. Xiao Han pondered for a moment. None of the contestants who participated in this year's Yaoxia trial can reach the 6th level of true Qi. Even Garen is only at the 5th level of true Qi, so I must not be complacent. You have to know that there is always someone better than you. If you are blinded by a leaf, you will be courting death. Boss, there is indeed a watershed between the 5th and 6th level of true Qi. It cannot be mentioned in the same breath. But your combat strength is absolutely invincible below the 6th level of true Qi. Your target is Garen. Now Garen. It's best to dig a hole and bury yourself. Otherwise you will definitely beat him to death. Fatty Zhu said with great interest. Garen is unfathomable. I won't naively think that the other good-for-nothings from the Yaoxia region can be compared to Garen. Xiao Han licked his lips, his attitude was also very cautious. However, Xiao Han had Demon Emperor Qinglin's natal demon technique, the world-destroying demon blade. In fact, he was not afraid of Garen. He was not blindly arrogant, but he would not belittle himself either. Subconsciously, he was also looking forward to fighting with Garen. Oh no! Xiao Yunrong suddenly exclaimed in a low voice and turned pale. Xiao Han, you killed so many people. Tens of thousands of points will be deducted. Then how will you pass the test? Now, even if you can kill Garen, you'll only earn 10,000 points. You can't even make ends meet. Ha! Xiao Han smiled noncommittally. Yunrong, let's not talk about points for now. Wait till I kill Garen first. He was not prepared to reveal the fact that he had killed Demon Emperor Qinglin and gained 100,000 points. He would keep it a secret for the time being. In the battle just now, Xiao Han had killed the crown prince of Lingshan, Tian Yuan, Zhang Sun Wuhan, and a group of geniuses from the Devil Hero region, a total of 35 people. 35,000 points were deducted. However, Xiao Han was steady. With 100,000 points in hand, he allowed himself to be deducted as he pleased. He was neither arrogant nor rash, and it was not a big deal. Xiao Han changed the topic. Yunrong, your target is the eastern region's Tang Feiping. Fatty, you must hunt down the great wilderness Azure Dragon Crown Prince. Now what are you going to do? Xiao Yunrong and Fatty Zhu were both stunned. To be honest, they did not have the strength to hunt down their respective opponents. Moreover, Fatty Zhu's aura was weak and he was seriously injured. He was even more unable to compete with the Azure Dragon Crown Prince. Boss, Fatty was chased by Zhang Sun Wuhan yesterday. He broke Fatty's trump card in one move. This has made Fatty a little disheartened. Fatty Zhu said in despair. The Azure Dragon Crown Prince's combat strength is on par with Zhang Sun Wuhan's. Moreover, the Azure Dragon Crown Prince mainly uses the strength of his flesh shell to tear the Great Luan apart. His temperament is much more ferocious than Zhang Sun Wuhan's. Boss, Fatty is going to hide now and not be discovered by the Azure Dragon Crown Prince. A month later, when the points are calculated, Fatty will be directly eliminated. Being eliminated is better than being torn apart by the Azure Dragon Crown Prince, right? Xiao Han looked at Fatty Zhu. Fatty, that trump card of yours is indeed powerful, but it has a lot of flaws. Just by looking at it, I will be able to break it. In the future, you will need to practice a few more trump cards and strengthen this trump card of yours, eliminating the flaws and making it perfect and flawless. As for your and Yunrong's hunting targets, I will help you hunt them. Ha! Hearing this, Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong's bodies trembled. They were both overjoyed. Come, let's enter a restaurant and eat to our heart's content. Xiao Han smiled as he led his two companions into a restaurant. I also need to think of a way to find Miss Mo and senior sister Hua. I wonder how they are doing right now. I hope they are safe and don't get hunted down. In the area where Xiao Han annihilated the many geniuses of the Demon Hero region, Qin Fengqian and Leng Ryu were still standing there. Too cruel. His methods are so much more domineering than mine back then. Back then, when I participated in the Demon Hero selection competition, I didn't dare to kill people without any taboos. Qin Fengqian's eyes were filled with admiration and admiration. Demon Race Emperor's palm? Leng Ryu frowned. Chapter 209. In the center of Sunshine City. In the barren land. Demon Chi soared to the sky. This place had been eroded by the fierce and evil Demon Chi and turned into a land of demons. Demon mountains and demon plants were everywhere. Moreover, there was a strange space-time door here. It seemed that demons could be teleported here at any time. A large number of demon soldiers and demon generals swarmed over. The heart-wrenching demon sounds were earth-shattering and mournful. However, this place had become a hunting paradise for the contestants. Beams of sword chi, saber light, fist light, and palm wind crisscrossed and killed the demons. True energy rippled out like the sea, as deep as the abyss. Explosions could be heard everywhere, and one demon after another perished. Somewhere in this land of demons, a young man in white sat cross-legged. His head was wrapped with a piece of white cloth. His face was calm and his eyes were closed. He didn't say a word. It seemed that a transcendent world was brewing in the depths of his heart. He was communicating with this world. The light of salvation bloomed from his body. Bemoaning the state of the universe and pitying mankind, and becoming a Buddha immediately. Among them. Moreover, with his body as the center, a glazed Buddha light was released, purifying the demon chi in a large area, making the space pure and clean, emitting a refreshing sandalwood fragrance. In this space there were many sala trees, ashoka trees, jamba trees, auspicious grass, bodhi trees, and many pure and holy lotus flowers. In the breeze petals were flying. The otherworldly man's mouth was drawn into an elegant smile. Then, a bright and sad expression appeared on his face. All kinds of expressions were otherworldly, extraordinary and divine. It was Garen, the leader of the younger generation of the Yaoxia region. A man with the quality of becoming an immortal. His temperament was like a god worshipped and prayed by mortals. So sacred. But it contained the fear of all living beings. Unattainable. He was above all living beings. Looking down on all living beings. Whoosh, 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 spiritual light flashed like meteors. Several men and women of the Yaoxia region walked into this holy manor with extremely devout expressions. They looked at Garen and bowed slightly. Senior brother Garen. Garen remained calm. Senior brother Garen, it seems that Demon Emperor Qinglin left this land of demons. He never returned. Could it be that it took the initiative to attack and kill the participants in the bustling streets of Sunshine City? A young man from the heroic hero region with a handsome face and a fierce temperament said respectfully. Also, Senior brother Garen, this land of demons has magical and mysterious fluctuations of space-time laws. Demon soldiers and demon generals are constantly teleported here from somewhere. They come in one after another and we have to kill them. Senior brother. We defended one side and kept killing the demons, accumulating hundreds of points each. Participants from the Great Desolation, the Eastern Domain, the Northern Domain, and the Western Domain all come here to hunt. If you want to become a vigilante, killing demon generals and demon soldiers here to earn points is just a drop in the bucket. Garen's tone was indifferent. Demon region, demon realm, realm. The realm disciples. Realm warriors of demons. Yes. The geniuses of the Wuxia region nodded. Senior brother Garen, when are you going to hunt down Xiaohan? A girl in a light yellow shirt, the daughter of a humble family, smiled and tried to please Garen. Senior brother Garen, when are you going to hunt Xiaohan? Don't worry. I'm not in a hurry. Garen smiled faintly. His tone was completely that of someone who had everything under his control. Even his life and death were in his hands, and there was no room for resistance. Demon chi is everywhere here. I've improved by leaps and bounds while comprehending Buddhism. The last barrier of the Buddhist technique is getting weaker and weaker. I can break through it at any time. The fourth stage will last for a month. I'll let Xiaohan live for a few more days. It's a mercy. Congratulations, senior brother. Once your Buddhist technique is complete and you open your eyes, no one below the 6th level of true chi will be able to compete with you. Senior brother might even be able to fight against a powerhouse at the 6th level of true chi. The geniuses of the Wuxia region shouted. At this moment, Garen stood up and strolled leisurely through the beautiful manor. He blended in perfectly with the surroundings filled with the Sagara tree and Bodhi tree, completely unaffected by the demonic aura around him. Every move he made seemed to originate from nature. His words were not vulgar and his feet were free of dust. He was like a beautiful jade in a clear mirror. It was warm, clear, and clean. There were no flaws or loopholes. When the wind and jade stand tall, facing the water to illuminate the flowers, with a raised brow and a smile, the flowers fall like rain. Garen was a genius carefully created by the Creator. He was almost perfect and no one could compete with him. His junior brothers and junior sisters were all convinced. However, at this moment, Garen's bright and holy face suddenly changed. His tall and slender body shook violently. The space in the manor suddenly became chaotic. Some of the Shara tree, Bodhi tree, auspicious grass, and lotus flowers began to wither and decay. This manor was created by Garen's mental state and state of mind. Once something strange happened in the manor, it meant that Garen's state of mind was in chaos. All of a sudden, Garen's junior brothers and junior sisters looked terrified, and their bodies trembled. There was almost nothing in the world that could make Garen's state of mind chaotic. However, the manor was now in a state of decay. The clear and heaven-like luster was now covered in a horrifying deathly gray color. This meant that Garen's state of mind was not only chaotic, but extremely chaotic. Senior brother, the muscles at the corners of Garen's eyes kept twitching. Dense beads of sweat appeared on his smooth forehead. This was abnormal. There must be something wrong when something was abnormal. Senior brother Garen, what happened? A few of his junior brothers and sisters shouted in shock. They were also in a state of confusion. Our people died one after another. Garen murmured to himself. The next moment he sat cross-legged again. Waves of mental energy radiated out with Garen as the center, enveloping and sweeping everywhere. After a few hundred breaths, Garen let out a trembling sound as if he had understood something. Senior brother Garen, you mean our people have died again? More deaths and losses? A youth asked in horror. There were 32 junior brothers and sisters. They died a violent death. Their vitality was completely destroyed. Their souls were completely destroyed, Garen said deeply. 32 people? In this area. More and more geniuses from the Fairyland region gathered. They were all shocked when they heard the bad news. It's Demon Monarch Qinglin. It must be Demon Monarch Qinglin. It's too terrifying. Why did Demon Monarch Qinglin find our people? A young girl was about to cry. Senior sister Gu and senior brother Yun sneaked into the bustling area of Sunshine City yesterday to capture Xiao Han and hand him over to senior brother Garen to kill. I didn't expect to encounter Demon Monarch Qing Lin. Wu, the young girl was devastated. She burst into tears. Demon Monarch Qing Lin. Demon Monarch Qing Lin. Garen's voice became very strange and unusual. The aura of Demon Monarch Qing Lin has already dissipated between heaven and earth. In other words, Demon Monarch Qing Lin has already been eliminated. The one who killed the junior brothers and sisters is not Demon Monarch Qing Lin. It's definitely not. Senior brother. How is this possible? Someone can kill Demon Monarch Qing Lin? It's definitely not our batch of contestants. Perhaps it's some senior demon heroes. Then who killed our people? A young man screamed. If I'm not wrong, the one who killed Demon Monarch Qing Lin is Xiao Han. The one who murdered 32 junior brothers and sisters. It's also Xiao Han. Garen's voice was filled with resentment and hatred. A trace of evil began to appear on his pure and holy face. Evil was an expression that had never appeared on Garen's face before. Now his expression was gloomy and full of evil intent. It suddenly became very ferocious. The various Buddhist plants in the manor began to wither in large areas. Senior brother. My Buddhist heart has been destroyed by Xiao Han. I will live under Xiao Han's shadow for the rest of my life. I can't defeat him. I was born to be a supreme and will be invincible in the future. How could I lose to such a lowly opponent? My master said that there might be immortal chi in my blood and one day, I will become an immortal. I'm the king of the world and I'm unparalleled in the world. How could I lose to a small fry who was born to be a living target? No, Garen can't lose. Suddenly, Garen's throat burst out with evil laughter and his entire body became evil. Alright, I'm going to go into seclusion now. All of you get out and kill Xiao Han together. Get out. The younger generation of the Devil Hero region was uncertain, but they were shocked by Garen's strange aura at the moment. They retreated and left the area. Xiao Han. Garen said in a low voice. You forced me to do this. I can't forgive you. But if I, Garen, can't become a Buddha, I will become a demon with a single thought. Xiao Han. You will never be able to defeat me, Garen. Become a Buddha with a single thought, become a demon with a single thought. This ancient Buddhist technique can make a cultivator's worldly desires vanish, complete merit, and deliver all living beings from suffering. It can also make a cultivator become a demon. Buddha is a demon and demons are Buddha. Demons and Buddhas are one. Heaven and earth converge into one, the void condenses into reality, and the demonic path runs rampant. I, Garen, will become a demon with a single thought. If I, Garen, can't become a Buddha, I will become a demon. Xiao Han. You forced me to do this. Roar? To be continued. Chapter 210. Xiao Han, Fatty Zhu, and Xiao Yunrong leisurely walked into a restaurant and ordered a sumptuous banquet to reward them. By the way, boss, how do you think we should find Miss Mo and Miss Hua? Fatty Zhu grabbed a large piece of pork knuckle and asked Xiao Han while wolfing it down. Xiao Yunrong ate in an extremely gentle and elegant manner. She ate in small bites and looked at Xiao Han with her phoenix eyes. Well? Xiao Han thought for a moment and then smiled in relief. Although this Sunshine City is a big city in the western region, we can use our true chi to move as fast as lightning. We can travel tens of thousands of miles a day. With a little search, we can find Miss Mo and senior sister Hua in the city. Previously, I was afraid that it would be inconvenient for me to search for my companions in the city during the day. But it's fine now, there's no need to worry about anything. Yes, Xiao Han indeed had no taboos now. On one hand, he had already gotten rid of Demon Emperor Qing Lin, so he didn't have to worry about this big demon counterattacking him. On the other hand, the people of the Fairyland region had completely gone all out. There was no need to hide and fight if they met. Even if Garen appeared in person, Xiao Han would not hesitate to fight. That's right, boss. Dozens of people from the Fairyland region have already died in your hands. Killing one is killing, killing two is also killing. Besides, they are no match for you, boss. Killing them is as easy as cutting melons and vegetables. Fatty Zhu nodded in agreement. With your current combat strength, boss, aren't you afraid of people coming to your door? If you can lure Garen to take the initiative to attack and meet you, boss, it will save you the trouble of looking for him everywhere. Yes, that's what I mean. Xiao Han smiled slightly. At this moment, Xiao Han only felt a faint spiritual fluctuation. It swept past. It seemed to be spying on him. and it was trying to invade his mind. Xiao Han was no stranger to this spiritual fluctuation. There was a hint of Garen's aura. Xiao Han didn't care. He activated his saber intent and directly destroyed the invading spiritual fluctuation. My position has been locked by Garen. Xiao Han smiled faintly. That's good too. I will fight him sooner or later. Xiao Han will wait for him to come to me. Xiao Han, this Garen person. He is your lifelong enemy. Fate has arranged for you to hunt and kill each other. You should also be more careful. Xiao Yunrong reminded him in a very caring and considerate voice. Lifelong enemy? Hearing this, Xiao Han shook his head. This world is very, very big. There are hidden dragons and crouching tigers, and experts are as common as trees in a forest. The population is more than 1 trillion, and there are many geniuses among them like the eternal sands. Like carps crossing the river, heroes came forth in large numbers. Garen. He was just a genius who had emerged in recent years, a drop in the ocean. He's not even a devil hero, so how could he be my mortal enemy? When Xiao Han said these words, he was domineering and arrogant. However, he did not seem arrogant or pretentious at all. Instead, he sounded as if it was only natural. Xiao Yunrong was stunned at once. Her heart seemed to be poked by something and softened. In another restaurant not far from where Xiao Han and the others were dining, in a luxurious private room, there were a few banquet tables. A large group of men and women with extremely strong blood energy, horns on their heads, and bodies as strong as wild beasts were sitting cross-legged and eating. Their eyes were filled with cruelty and viciousness. They all had a wild nature in them. They exuded a savage aura. Some of their eyes had already turned light gold, with lightning and runes faintly visible. In their eyes there were images of Taowu, Great Luan, Truho, Qilin, Tao. Inside their bodies there were faint roars. It was as if they were raising fierce beasts inside their bodies. Every inch of their flesh and blood was glowing and enshrouded with treasure aura. These were the genius children from the great wilderness. Sitting in the middle was a young man with a blazing aura. He wore a royal robe with many patterns of divine beasts drawn on it. His aura was as oppressive as a mountain, and dragons roared and rolled in his eyes. With just a slight breath, he released a frightening aura that caused even the heavens and earth to tremble. This was the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince. He was the leader of the younger generation of the Great Wilderness. His status was equal to Zhang Sun Wuheng of the East region, and Garen of the younger generation of the Yaoxia region. He was also an unparalleled figure born to be a supreme being. In the 4th round of the Yaoxia trials, the contestants each had a target to hunt and compete for the minimum 10,000 points needed to become a Yaoxia. Because the number of contestants in the Great Wilderness was close to 1,000, there were also infighting among the children of the Great Wilderness. Blood rained and they killed each other. It was like raising a poisonous insect. However, the natural law of survival of the fittest had prevailed in the Great Wilderness for a long time. Therefore, not only did they not feel surprised or uncomfortable about this, but they also thought it was natural. Under the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince's personal command, some of the weaker contestants of the Great Wilderness were killed by the stronger ones and obtained the minimum points. A skinny but imposing young man walked into the private room with his head held high and bowed to the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince. Crown Prince, your target, the fatty from the southern region, appeared nearby and was discovered by our spies. In addition, there is also a woman with that fatty as well as that. Xiao Han. Xiao Han. I don't believe that we can't kill Xiao Han if we attack with all our strength. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince roared. The raging battle intent in his eyes began to burn and boil. His aura was like a ferocious beast that rushed out of the forest. He wanted to kill to see blood. Yes, Crown Prince. We have more than 100 people. If we attack together, we will definitely kill Xiao Han. He's not a deity that descended to the mortal world, so how can he resist our siege? As long as we can kill Xiao Han, it will be an unimaginable blow to Garen. As long as Garen can't become a Yaoxia in this year's selection, and I successfully become a Yaoxia, then I will completely leave Garen behind in a few years. He will never be able to catch up to me. It will be a piece of cake for me to kill Garen in the future. Alright, keep an eye on Fatty and Xiao Han. We can't let them escape. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince was also in high spirits. Sunshine City, the center of the barren area. Garen sat with his legs crossed. The Buddhist aura around his body was forcefully reversed and turned into streams of demonic qi. Every stream of demonic qi was like a demonic dragon, flying and roaring, bursting out with a power that could destroy the world. The mountains and rivers trembled. Garen's face, which was originally as gentle and flawless as a beautiful jade, was now sinister and terrifying, constantly contorting. A deep demonic chi was emitted from every acupoint and every pore of his body, covering an area of 100 miles. His eyes were still closed, but the shadows cast by them made him look as terrifying as a devil king from hell. Countless devil arts swirled around him, causing him to continuously comprehend them. His cultivation base continued to rise, and his devil chi also rose steadily. Above his head, there was nothing but gloomy devil clouds. Originally, Garen's mind and will could turn into the Shara tree, the Bodhi tree, the auspicious grass, and the lotus. But at this moment, there were terrifying 6 desires: demonic flowers, evil charm trees, resentment duckweed, blood-sucking plants, evil tree, blood charm vines. These demonic world plants were shaking according to different rhythms, making obscene sounds. The demonic sounds seeped into the brain and filled the sky with evil energy. The demonic chi filled the sky, and Garen created a kingdom of demons. When Garen had Buddha in his heart, his mind and will would give birth to all kinds of Buddhist plants, which were very holy. When his heart became a demon, his state of mind would give birth to demonic plants. Dozens of the younger generation of the Devil Hero region stood at the side and watched from afar. All of them were trembling and silent. Eldest senior brother? What's wrong with him? It seems like he's cultivating a completely different divine art from Buddhism. It seems like there are traces of demonic arts. It seems like senior brother Garen wants to kill Xiao Han, so he's focused on comprehending a peerless divine art that's even more powerful than Buddhism. But I seem to have an ominous feeling. Alright, let's stop talking. We'll stay here and protect eldest senior brother. Don't let anyone disturb him. On the other side, Qin Fading Wind and Lung Ryu were also paying attention to Garen's every move. Fading Wind. Ryu's divine art of destiny. It can't be accurately deduced. Garen's future direction. Originally, Garen's luck in the game of destiny was like a rainbow, and it was unlikely that he would encounter any accidents or disasters in his life. But now, Lung Ryu frowned. However, Ryu knows that some divine arts from the ancient Buddhist kingdom cultivate Buddha's light and Buddha's heart, but Buddhist arts can cause one to become a demon. Become a demon? Qin Fading Wind was stunned. Yes. In other words, Buddha's light can be transformed into demonic chi, and Buddha's heart can be transformed into a demon heart. One can become a Buddha and another can become a demon. When Buddhist arts are transformed into demonic arts, one's combat power will increase by leaps and bounds. Heavenly demon body condensation, endless demonic chi, demon dragon devouring the sun, sweeping through 3,000 worlds and being the only one. Lung Ryu said. Garen is becoming a demon. Now let's see if he can suppress the demon heart. If he can control the demon heart, then it's fine. However, once he loses control of the demon heart, the demonic chi in his body will go berserk, and he will completely become a demon. He will go against the law and bring about a catastrophe. Qin Fading Wind nodded slightly. I have to say that this Garen is also a peerless beauty with divine talent. Now that he has become a demon, his aura is even more terrifying than before. His sharpness is revealed, shocking the world. Now the battle between Garen and Xiao Han is suspenseful again. After finishing the sumptuous delicacies on the table, Xiao Han left the restaurant with Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong. Then they didn't hide anything anymore. They directly activated their true chi and flew out of the downtown area like a bolt of lightning. The 3 of them controlled their true chi and flew high into the sky. Soon they arrived at a desolate suburb. After passing through this suburb, we will enter an even more prosperous area. At that time, we will carefully search for Miss Mo and senior sister Hua, Xiao Han said. Okay boss. I hope we can find the 2 ladies as soon as possible. Fatty Zhu nodded repeatedly. At this moment suddenly, boom. A battle spear appeared out of nowhere and descended from the sky, appearing right in front of Xiao Han and the others. The spear vibrated, tearing the sky and shattering everything. The sound of the fierce battle of the golden spears and armored horses resounded throughout the world. He slowly stretched out his right hand, spread out his fingers and then closed them slightly. Do you have the feeling that your life and death are completely under my control and you can't escape? Every finger of the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince was like a towering mountain, incomparably heavy. As the 5 fingers closed, the roar of an azure dragon and the galloping of 10,000 elephants erupted. It was all power. Power that could crush everything. This was an absolute power. There was nothing fancy about it. It was a pure power without any impurities. It belonged to the source of power. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince could shatter the void with a pinch of his fingers. Despicable. Over 100 people besieged us. Xiao Yunrong cursed angrily. Xiao Han shook his head and laughed. Looks like I'm going to start a massacre again today. Alright, since you've come to die, then I, Xiao Han, won't be polite. Do you think I'm a pushover? Do you think you can suppress me just because you have more people? I have to say you're too real. Alright. Today I, Xiao Han, will sweep through everything and kill all of you. The people of the great wilderness will be annihilated. As soon as he finished speaking, a terrifying ferocious aura soared into the sky from Xiao Han's body. His aura rose steadily, and his entire body seemed to grow taller and taller. His battle intent exploded, and the will to win and kill surged like a tide. He pointed at the sky and stepped on the ground, as if he was possessed by a demon god. The savage beast had been resurrected. Everyone, the final banquet has begun. Please enjoy to your heart's content. Xiao Han smiled indifferently. To be continued? His attacks were simple and violent, lacking variations and elemental attacks. As long as he took out the demon the Archpalm. Even if he didn't use any demonic techniques, it wouldn't be troublesome to kill them. However, even though I have to sweep through everything, I can't kill all of them. Otherwise, my points will be deducted and I'll be eliminated. In that case, I'll cripple them all. Attack. The Tsang Dragon Crown Prince ordered. Xiao Han, you will die today. No one can save you. His tone was arrogant, condescending, and bossy. He looked at Xiao Han with arrogant eyes, as if he was looking at a lowly person who was about to die and could be killed by him. Boom. A burly man took a step forward, and the wind and clouds surged under his feet. He opened his mouth and spat out a ferocious flood dragon from his mouth. It could destroy the heavens and the earth, and its ferocity was astonishing. Xiao Han didn't move at all. His left arm flashed with demonic light. Before anyone could react, the demon emperor's palm swept out, and a mighty demonic aura rushed out, seizing people's hearts. The wind and cranes were in a panic and the world was in chaos. In an instant, the body of the barbarian who had spat out a fierce flood dragon shook violently. He didn't even have the chance to let out a scream. Numerous cracks appeared on his body before he disintegrated like a piece of porcelain and exploded. His corpse shattered and dissipated between heaven and earth. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Buzz, the jade token in Xiao Han's arms rang, and another 1,000 points were deducted. Xiao Han calculated his points as he attacked crazily. After killing the first person, the demon emperor's palm struck out again and swept out. Ka ka ka, ka ka ka. The whole space was filled with the sound of glass being smashed. The palm swept through the densest group of people, and immediately, there was an explosion of dazzling light like fireworks. That was the last glory and glory of life, proving that life once existed. However, this glory was short-lived like fireworks, and it was extinguished in an instant. The violent power swept through the sun and moon, and countless experts of the young generation of the great wilderness started to explode, and one by one they fell. 14 people were killed in an instant. 4 million cauldrons of pure strength, and with the demonic aura invading their bodies, this kind of attack was terrifying. It was equivalent to the attack of a low-level demon emperor. For these rookies who hadn't become a demon hero, it was indeed difficult to resist. They could only accept the fate of being killed in an instant. Even if it was some demon heroes, as long as they didn't get a rank on the demon hero ranking, it would be difficult for them to resist. It was completely like crushing dry weeds and smashing rotten wood. They were not on the same level. Alright, let's stop the killing now. Otherwise, if we continue to kill like this, our points will become negative, and that will be very bad. Let's just cripple them. They are lucky. Xiao Han had a thought in his mind, and the demon the arch grabbed a barbarian with its palm and squeezed slightly. Buff, buff, buff. This barbarian's bones were all cracked, and blood flowed out of his 7 orifices. He howled in pain, but he didn't die immediately. Xiao Han casually threw the heavily injured barbarian to the ground as if he was throwing rubbish. At this moment, the people of the great wilderness finally reacted. In an instant, the boundless feeling of terror and despair seized them. The mountain-sized demon Thearka's palm was almost invincible. Just the demonic aura that was recklessly emitted was enough to weaken and collapse their fighting spirit. All the strength in their body seemed to be frozen and confined by the monstrous demonic aura. No. Tsang Dragon Crown Prince. We are no match for him. He is too terrifying. We miscalculated. He is even more terrifying than Garen. Retreat. Almost half of the children of the great wilderness were scared out of their wits. They howled in pain and fled like rats, scattering in all directions. Xiao Han didn't chase after them. He slightly activated the demon Thearka's palm and grabbed the air. Buff, 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 buff. Many children of the great wilderness fled. All the bones in their body emitted terrifying cracking sounds. Their tendons and bones were broken. They fell one after another. Fortunately, they were able to keep their lives. However, they were all half crippled, and it was hard to say if they could recover to their original state. Roar! Demon! You are a demon! Die! Evildoer! Bastard! Die for me! A barbarian pounced from behind Xiao Han. He was not afraid of death, and his body was surrounded by red mist. He burst out a powerful and shocking divine force. He punched out. Heaven and earth collapsed and explosions were everywhere. The void in all directions was like a volcanic eruption, rolling like a tide. Xiao Han remained calm and his clothes fluttered in the wind. He didn't even turn his head. The demon Thearka's palm grabbed the barbarian as if he was picking up a lamp. He just squeezed. Puff. The barbarian turned into dust. His divine soul was destroyed. In the next moment, the demon the arch grabbed again. Like a violent storm, it swept across the scene. Many children of the great wilderness were blown away and fell in all directions. They coughed up blood as their bones and meridians were torn. What? That's impossible. At this moment, the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince finally came to his senses. It had only been less than 10 breaths of time since Xiao Han attacked. He looked around. It's over. Hundreds of daughters of the great wilderness were defeated. Some were dead and some were injured. They had suffered a great defeat. You want to win with numbers? I, the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince, will treat you as a friend. How about that? Moreover, as long as you let me go, I will give you many benefits. You also cultivate your physical body, right? I will give you the precious blood of a pure-blooded Taowu to nourish your body. How about that? I can also give you a lot of precious medicines. As long as you let me go, I will give you great benefits. And if you kill me, my country and father will be furious. They will definitely not let this matter rest. Fatty, why aren't you making a move? Xiao Han was unmoved. Fatty Zhu took out a huge sword and descended from the sky, crushing the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince into a bloody mist. At the same time, bottles and jars burst out from the Tsang Dragon Crown Prince's true acupoint. These bottles and jars were filled with colorful viscous liquid. Bao Xia seeped out from the liquid and released a fierce and domineering aura of the great wilderness. Xiao Han was stunned. Then he grabbed a bottle filled with red liquid with his right hand. There was a label on the bottle with silver and iron words written on it. Blood of the Azure Luan. Xiao Han, this bottle is the blood of a Taowu. Xiao Yunrong grabbed a bottle of golden liquid and looked at the label. As for Fatty Zhu, he danced and took out a jade token. Boss, Fatty's points increased by 10,000. That's great. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. Not far away. A group of veteran villains were watching from afar. Another group died. Countless are heavily injured. An old man frowned. If this goes on, everyone who goes against Xiao Han will be killed by him. In fact, going against his companions would only lead to death. Xiao Han's strength has already surpassed this group of participants. In fact, he can even obtain a ranking on the Demon Hero ranking. What should we do? Should we stop him? If we don't stop him, this selection will be completely ruined. This is truly a monster. Nothing is taboo. An old man shook his head. Don't stop him for now. We've already reported this matter. Let's see what the higher-ups decide. I'm afraid the rules of the final stage will be completely changed because of Xiao Han's sudden rise. He's too cruel and merciless. He's much more ferocious than when I was young. Only now do I know what cruelty is. This guy doesn't seem to be 20 years old, right? To be continued. Chapter 212. Xiao Han easily defeated the Great Desolate Army and heavily injured the Azure Dragon Crown Prince, allowing Fatty Zhu to successfully kill this designated target and obtain the minimum 10,000 points. It was a simple cleaning up of the spoils. In the true acupoint of the Azure Dragon Crown Prince, there were many bottles and jars that were filled with viscous liquids that were beautiful and dazzling in color. It was the precious blood of all kinds of beasts. There was a bottle of the Swan Knee's precious blood that was made from special materials. When it was stored inside, mist surged and scarlet multicolored light burned. One could vaguely hear the roars of wild beasts that tore at one's heart and split one's lungs. This small bottle of blood weighed more than 500 kilograms. Is this the legendary pure blood of the Bayan? Xiao Han put all the bottles into his true meridian. This blood should be able to nourish my body, but I don't have time to think about it. Let's find Miss Mo and senior sister Huo first. Fatty Yunrong, let's go now. Yes, boss. Xiao Han, let's go. Whoosh whoosh whoosh, 3 rays of light flashed past. Not long after the 3 left, 2 people walked out of the void. One was dressed in black and the other in yellow. Their faces were full of fear and solemnity, and they even shivered. They were the contestants from the eastern region, Xian Qi and Tang Feiping. Tang Feiping was Xiao Yunrong's target. That's too cruel, Xian Qi said in horror. Such a killing technique is as powerful as a thunderbolt. The crown prince of the Blue Dragon clan had led hundreds of elites of the Great Wilderness to besiege Xiao Han, but in the end he was utterly defeated. Even the Blue Dragon crown prince was killed. Tang Feiping, if you fight with the Blue Dragon crown prince, what do you think will be the winner? Tang Feiping's face was gloomy. His pupils contracted and the muscles at the corner of his eyes twitched. I'll fight with the Blue Dragon crown prince with all my strength. I'll fight with my life on the line. I'll have 6 and the Blue Dragon crown prince will have 4. Although the Blue Dragon crown prince's body is as deep as the ocean, my heart demon curse fist is mainly a mental attack. If I can sneak up on him, I'll have a 70% chance of winning. But, if I encounter Xiao Han, I will definitely die. As soon as he finished speaking, Tang Feiping's face turned completely gloomy, and he laughed in self-mockery. Xiao Han is even more terrifying than Garen. This time I admit defeat. I'm going to hide. If I'm not found, I'll be automatically eliminated in a month's time. In this life, I no longer want to be a hero. So, although I'm unwilling, it's better than being tortured to death by Xiao Han, right? Xian Qi was stunned. The corners of Tang Feiping's mouth twitched. My target is Xiao Yunrong of the Southern Domain Sword Villa. Xiao Yunrong's cultivation is very weak. Although she has comprehended the sword intent, she is still weak. I can kill her hundreds or thousands of times easily. But what can I do? She was actually Xiao Han's woman. Now, it wasn't a matter of me killing Xiao Yunrong, but Xiao Han would definitely help his woman kill me. How can I block Xiao Han's attack? Now I just want to save my life and hide well so that I won't be found by Xiao Han and Xiao Yunrong. Sigh. Xian Qi shook his head regretfully. Indeed, Tang Feiping, you're too unlucky. In the last round of this year's Devil Hero tryouts, Xiao Han actually killed all his opponents. Even Garen's limelight was completely suppressed by Xiao Han. Garen and Xiao Han are hunting each other. Now, I'm very optimistic about Xiao Han. Well, let's go and find a place to hide. Staying alive is more important than anything else. In the void, a group of old-timers and seasoned swordsmen sat cross-legged amidst the swirling mist, exuding an ethereal aura. At this time, this group of senior devil heroes had their eyes closed tightly, as if they were sensing something. Waves of spiritual fluctuations penetrated the void, like divine light that was rarely seen in thousands of years. They received it from the unseen world. After a long time, it's incredible. An old man opened his eyes, which were flashing with lightning and runes. The rules of the 4th round have been changed. Yes, we just received an edict from our superiors at the same time. The questions of the 4th round of this year's Devil Hero tryouts have been completely changed. It's rare to change the questions at the last minute. It seems that in the entire history of the human clan, it's rare to change the questions of the Devil Hero tryouts. Another old man sighed. Moreover, the change of the questions this time is not because of external factors, but because of a candidate, Xiao Han. Because of Xiao Han, the questions of the 4th round of this year's Devil Hero tryouts have to be changed and changed. Ah, this kid, I'm completely convinced. You have to be convinced. At such a young age, Xiao Han was able to kill the Demon Emperor, so he obtained the privilege to crush the rules. He is a heaven-defying existence that jumped out of the rules and killed other candidates at will, which caused a huge loophole in this round. The superiors had no choice but to change the questions. Well, don't say more. Now, immediately send the new questions to each candidate. Hurry up. Otherwise, I'm afraid that Xiao Han is going to stir up a storm again. He's going to wipe out the entire army and massacre everyone. Sunshine City. In the bustling downtown. Inside a restaurant. The peerless beauty Mo Qing Tong, who was born with an enchanting bone, was sitting by the window. She was extremely beautiful, like a fairy or a witch, which attracted the attention of the diners in the restaurant. It seemed that they had been deeply bewitched by her charm and could not wait to die for her. Mo Qingtong was well versed in the great sky devil world. This kind of spiritual power could control people's minds and subdue them without a fight. The people in this restaurant were all commoners. Therefore, even if she were to casually sit down, she could cause ripples in people's hearts and even produce spiritual illusions. Mo Qingtong didn't care about the reactions of the men and women in the restaurant. She looked out of the window and said to herself, "Xiaohan, where are you? Did you encounter Garen? I've been looking for you for several days, but I still can't find you and the others." Yesterday, Mo Qingtong successfully killed her designated hunting target and obtained a minimum of 10,000 points. Now the most important thing for her was to find Xiaohan. At this moment, the jade token in Mo Qingtong's arms trembled, and a thought was directly transmitted to her brain. Attention, all contestants participating in this year's Hex contest. From this moment on, the content of the fourth test has changed. Listen carefully, all participants. The content of the fourth test is no longer to hunt each other's designated targets. After a month, the participants with 10,500 points will become the devil hero. What? Mo Qingtong immediately pouted as soon as she received the thought. The content of the test has changed again? Qingtong finally found the hunting target and successfully killed it. She obtained the minimum 10,000 points and now the test is changed. What the hell? However, even though Mo Qingtong was extremely dissatisfied, her mind still continued to receive the message from the jade token. Attention all participants. Those who have successfully hunted down the designated target have passed the test and become the new generation of devil hero. Those who haven't hunted down the designated target don't need to find it anymore, because the test has changed. Now, you don't need to hunt down the designated target anymore. For those who haven't hunted down the designated target or killed the designated target, your test has changed. The content of the previous test is completely invalid. Now your test has changed to a choice. From now on, the content of the fourth test is a choice. There will be a battle between the two strongest participants. This battle can be called the pinnacle battle. This was an unprecedented battle between the two strongest contestants in the competition. It is no small matter. You have to make a choice about this battle. Bet on the winner. Those who bet correctly will successfully break through and become the new generation of devil hero. Those who bet wrongly will be eliminated. Those who have hunted down and become the devil hero don't need to bet anymore. For this battle, you bet on Xiaohan from the Rain sect of the southern region, and Garen from the devil hero region. 3 days later, Xiaohan and Garen will have a battle in the barren area in the center of Sunshine City. At that time you can go and watch the battle live. From now on you can place your bets. Whether you bet on Xiaohan or Garen will decide whether you can become the new generation of devil hero or not. Input the results of your bets into your numbered jade tokens through the transmission of your thoughts. Every contestant can only bet once and cannot change the result of the bet. Please think twice and be cautious. The time to place your bet starts now and ends 2 hours before the battle between Xiaohan and Garen. Those who give up will be considered as giving up and will be eliminated directly. This last test actually turned into a choice question? Between Xiaohan and Garen, one of the two? Mo Qingtong suddenly stood up. How did it become like this? In the mountains on the outskirts of Sunshine City. Huolan's body was covered with cuts and bruises. Her back was leaning against a huge rock. Her true chi was exhausted and her face was haggard. Her eyes were filled with despair and unwillingness. A coarse and ferocious laughter was heard. A barbarian woman of the great wilderness who was 9 meters tall and burly like a female bear came out from a bamboo forest. She looked at Huolan with an evil and murderous gaze. Her body was flowing with a precious glow and her flesh was so strong that it seemed like she could break the air with just a breath. Pray. You're not bad. I've been chasing you for 2 days and 2 nights. You're really cunning and slippery. I remember when I was young, I hunted a one-horned bear. Just like how I'm hunting you now, I've almost worn out my patience. However, in the end, you're still going to die in my hands. The barbarian woman glanced at Huolan's exquisite and curvaceous body. What a pity. You're so beautiful. If you don't die, you'll definitely become a seductive beauty. Even I feel it's a pity. However, fate has sent me to hunt you. You'd better accept it. No, I can't die here. I must become a devil hero. I have a blood feud on my back. I can't die. Tears streamed down Huolan's face. Her eyes were filled with unwillingness, but she no longer had the strength to escape. 2 days and 2 nights of running for her life had already drained every trace of true qi and physical strength in her body. She was already at the end of her rope. At this moment, between life and death, the image of Xiao Han suddenly appeared in her mind. She thought, if junior brother Xiao Han is by my side at this moment, he'll definitely be able to protect me and not let me die in the hands of this savage barbarian woman. Junior brother Xiao Han, where are you? However, at this moment, Hualan and the barbarian woman of the great wilderness were stunned at the same time. Almost at the same time, they received the message from the jade token in their minds. Dozens of breaths later, damn it, they've changed the exam question at the last minute. It's actually become a multiple-choice question. The barbarian woman of the great wilderness roared with dissatisfaction and looked at Hualan coldly. Little beauty, you're too lucky. But remember, don't do it again. The next time I meet you, I'll definitely kill you. After saying that, her body moved and directly disappeared from this area. Hualan's whole body relaxed and she slipped and kept gasping for breath. Great, the question has been changed. In a residential house in Sunshine City, Tang Feiping and Xian Qi both took out their jade tokens and looked at each other. The next moment, Tang Feiping laughed hoarsely. Ha! That's great. There's always a way out. I've already given up this devil hero tryout. Now the question has been changed so that I have another chance. Xiao Han and Garen are going to have a peak duel. Let us, the contestants, bet, choose one of the two. I'll choose Xiao Han directly. Tang Feiping's mind moved, and a consciousness was directly transmitted to the jade token. Xian Qi, I've already chosen. Xiao Han's strength is tyrannical, and he can sweep away everything. I choose him to defeat Garen. What's your choice? Tang Feiping's face was full of smiles. Now, he was very happy, as if he had been rescued from a desperate situation. Xian Qi smiled slightly. Tang Feiping, you can only choose once. If you choose wrongly, you won't have another chance. You're too hasty. Xiao Han is indeed strong, but Garen can't be underestimated. I heard that Garen and his people are in the barren land in the central area of Sunshine City. Let's go directly. I just want to observe Garen and then make a choice. Let's go. Chapter 213. Xiao Han, Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong controlled their true qi and flew in the air. There is a bustling town in front of us. We will directly descend and look for Miss Mo and senior sister Hui Yang in the market. Xiao Han smiled. At this moment, the three of them stopped at the same time. Buzz, 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 the jade tokens in their arms trembled at the same time, transmitting a message through their thoughts. Dozens of breaths later, the rules of the fourth stage actually changed? Fatty Zhu blurted out. Boss, with this change, Fatty passed the test and became a demon hero? It seems so. Because Fatty, you personally killed the designated target, the Azure Dragon Crown Prince, so you passed. From now on, you will become a demon hero. Xiao Han was stunned for a moment and then laughed. Congratulations, Fatty, you are now a demon hero. From now on, you can go to various secret realms and ancient countries to adventure, accumulate a large amount of wealth, and be respected and praised by people. Boss. Don't make fun of Fatty. Fatty Zhu rubbed his forehead in embarrassment. However, boss, you have to have the final battle with Garen now. It seems that the victor between the two of you will be able to become the demon hero. And the other participants will bet on the battle between the two of you. Yes, I need to defeat Garen. In Xiao Han's eyes, battle intent soared and he was fearless. Alright, that's not bad. The final battle will directly decide the demon hero's name. It's fair and square, there's no need to beat around the bush. Xiao Han. I think highly of you. Xiao Yunrong clenched her fists tightly, took out her jade token and sent a thought into it. Alright, I've chosen. Xiao Han, I choose to bet on you defeating Garen. This is the only choice. You have so much confidence in me? Xiao Han laughed involuntarily. You didn't even think about it and directly chose? Yes. Xiao Yunrong answered firmly. Then she said in a low voice, is there a need to think about it? Of course it's you, Xiao Han. Alright, 3 days later the dust will settle. Let's go, let's enter that bustling city. Xiao Han smiled. A group of veteran heroes sitting cross-legged in the clouds were still whispering to each other and discussing. Why do the higher-ups want Xiao Han and Garen to have a pinnacle battle? In reality, these two were both geniuses among geniuses, natural-born supreme beings. Both of them had the potential to become excellent villains. Actually, you don't have to be so stubborn. You can let them pass at the same time. Why fight to the death? Sai, geniuses are all arrogant and untamed. Do you think that Garen will be convinced by Xiao Han? Would Xiao Han be convinced by Garen? Xiao Han crushed his way through and killed many participants from the Fairyland region. He and Garen were already mortal enemies. They would fight to the death. Three days later, this child Garen will kill Xiao Han with his own hands and become the evil hero. One of the old antiques was relieved. In a fair fight, Garen will definitely not lose to Xiao Han. There is no need to doubt that. The other children must have bet on Garen as well. Which means all the other kids. Together with Garen, they will become the new generation's heroes. These days we old guys have been very tense. Now it's time to relax. An old antique leaned back in his chair and exhaled. This battle will be transmitted back using the Demon Eye Stone, so that we can see with our own eyes how Garen tortures and kills Xiao Han. That will be a one-sided battle. And our proud disciple Garen, his peerless talent will be seen by the higher-ups. This is also Garen's luck. He has the opportunity to let the higher-ups see his amazing skills with their own eyes. Now, I actually hope that Xiao Han won't be defeated so easily this time. At most, he can block a few moves to show off Garen's invincible power. The higher-ups will also watch this battle. I think so. After all, changing the content of the test is decided by the higher-ups. They have no reason not to watch. Otherwise, they wouldn't have used the Demon Eye Stone to transmit back the video of the battle. In the central area of Sunshine City. In the barren land. In a world filled with demonic aura, there was an area filled with demonic aura, demonic dragons dancing and demonic clouds rolling. Garen sat cross-legged like an unparalleled demon king. His body was surrounded by lush and evil demonic plants. He closed his eyes lightly, a strange expression on his face. Dense demonic arts and demonic secret techniques surrounded him, constantly being comprehended and absorbed by him, causing his aura to rise and become stronger. The ancient, desolate and evil demon world ballad was sung from his body and soul. Suddenly, Garen's aura suddenly changed. All the demonic aura in his body instantly turned into Buddhist light, delivering all living beings from suffering. Above his head, the demonic clouds transformed into holy lotus flowers. All the plants of the demon world around him transformed into the Sudra tree and the Bodhi tree that represented Buddhism. Garen sat high up on the lotus platform, the demonic aura and evil on his face receding. His expression was calm, his eyes closed and he smiled slightly. His expression was solemn and dignified. His entire aura changed from that of an unparalleled demon king to that of a flower god. Demons are originally Buddhas and Buddhas are originally demons. It's all born from the heart. If there was Buddha in one's heart, one would be Buddha. If there was a devil in one's heart, one would be a devil. If there's a Buddha in the heart, then there's a Buddha. If there's a demon in the heart, then there's a Buddha. Garen finally stood up. Around his body, there was demonic aura one moment and Buddhist light the next. Two completely different states of mind were constantly being created and destroyed, alternating and circulating. He did as he pleased. Sometimes, Garen stood tall in the wind, like a flower in the water, and sometimes, he did as he pleased with the demonic Tao. The two completely different states complemented each other, appearing extremely natural and harmonious on Garen's body. Demons move according to the heart, and Buddhas appear according to the heart. Garen smiled with satisfaction. Congratulations, eldest senior brother. Eldest senior brother has comprehended the mysteries, and his power has skyrocketed. Congratulations, eldest senior brother. The group of geniuses from the fairy tale region finally felt relieved. They all bowed and sang praises. Amazing. Garen is indeed a genius. He actually succeeded in suppressing the demonic heart and comprehended the supreme realm of creating demons and Buddhas with a single thought. He did as he pleased. The pressure that Xiao Han brought to him made him completely transform. Lung Ruyu exclaimed in admiration. Qin Shifeng frowned deeply. He thought for a moment and suddenly said, I know. Although Garen has temporarily suppressed the demonic heart, allowing the demons and Buddhas to coexist and alternate between life and death, as long as he opens his eyes, the demonic aura will go berserk and he will lose control. At this moment, the content of the fourth test has been changed? Lung Ryu was shocked. I've also received the message. The fourth test will be a direct battle between Xiao Han and Garen. Qin Shifeng blurted out. On the other side. The younger generation of the fairy tale region had also received the changed content of the test. Garen was no exception. Xiaohan and I will directly battle in 3 days? Garen's mouth twitched, forming an otherworldly smile. Fate. Good. Xiaohan. Garen will wait for you here. In a bustling city tens of thousands of miles away. Xiaohan, Fatty Zhu and Xiao Yunrong were walking on the street. Xiaohan's body paused. He felt a faint spiritual fluctuation flashing past. This spiritual fluctuation contained a strong battle intent and provocation. It's Garen? Xiaohan smiled as he looked into the distance at where Garen was and said calmly. Garen, I'm also looking forward to this battle. Everyone calls this battle the pinnacle battle. Interesting. To be continued. Chapter 214. In a bustling market, Xiaohan, Fatty Zhu, and Xiao Yunrong finally met their long-lost companion, Mo Qingtong. Finally they met their long-lost companion, Mo Qingtong. Everyone burst out laughing. They gathered in a private room in a restaurant. Miss Mo, congratulations. You've also become a devil hero. In our small team, you and Fatty are both devil heroes. Xiaohan toasted Mo Qingtong. He sincerely wished her well. Perhaps, after the chivalrous hero trial, you can go to the chivalrous tower to complete the relevant procedures and receive the chivalrous token. In the future there are many magnificent and incredible adventures waiting for you to explore. Once a person became a devil hero, his life level would undergo earth-shaking changes. It would be an eye-opener and he would enter a new and vast platform. The sky was wide and the sea was wide. Mo Qingtong and Fatty Zhu both laughed. From the qualifiers where the elimination rate was extremely high, a total of 10,000 beautiful and enchanting women participated in the main competition. After going through 4 rounds of cruel and intense competition, countless participants went through untold hardships, but before they could fulfill their ambitions they all fell. To be able to become a devil hero in the end, it was indeed a blessing. Now that he thought about it, he felt a lingering fear in his heart. He sighed as if it was a lifetime ago. Xiaohan, you have to fight to the death with Garen now. 3 days later, your battle will not only affect the 2 of you who will become the devil hero in the end, but it will also affect many participants. This battle will determine the fate of too many people. Mo Qingtong looked at Xiaohan. Xiaohan, your battle with Garen took place in the desolate area in the center of Sunlight City. That place is filled with demonic qi, and it's said that there's a space-time gate that constantly teleports demonic soldiers and generals over. It's a dangerous place. Why don't we go there in advance and spy on Garen? This battle is very important and we can't afford any mistakes. Ha! Xiaohan smiled. This smile was a little mysterious. The demon monarch tattoo on his left arm slightly throbbed. Xiaohan thought to himself, every demonic land is my home ground. I have the home ground advantage in the battle with Garen. I must beat Garen to the point of no return. Hovering between life and death. Suppress him. It's okay. Let's find senior sister Huiyang first, then we can go there. Xiaohan said calmly. After the meal, the 4 of them left the restaurant and split up to search. Finally they found Huiyang in a wasteland on the verge of death. Fatty Zhu and Mo Qingtong both carried a lot of healing elixirs with them. Xiaohan had previously killed a large number of geniuses from the Devil Hero region and the Great Wilderness and had also dropped a lot of elixirs and elixirs. Under everyone's care, Huiyang's injuries were also stabilized. Huafan's complexion was slightly pale, making her look pitiful. She took out the jade tablet from her bosom and sent a thought into it before smiling. Junior brother Xiaohan, I've already made up my mind about your battle with Garen. I choose you to win. Xiaohan laughed involuntarily. Senior sister Hua, both you and Yunrong chose me to defeat Garen? This little brother is under a lot of pressure now. If I fail, not only will I not be able to become a hero, but I will also implicate senior sister Hua and Yunrong. Xiaohan, you won't lose. Hualan looked at Xiaohan with a serious face. Just by looking at your current attitude, you look calm and confident. I know that you have the confidence to defeat Garen. Good. Xiaohan will not let everyone down. Let's go. Let's go to the demon land now. Let's enter the battlefield. Xiaohan laughed loudly. In the center of Sunshine City, in the desolate demon land, was the battlefield where Garen and Xiaohan would fight in 3 days. Garen had already completed his comprehension and cultivation. At this moment his body was glowing with Buddha's light. His eyes were lightly closed, glittering like a flower god. His smile and frown seemed to be blessed by the gods. His aura was very powerful, like a god. Ah. Congratulations, first senior brother. The group of geniuses from the Devil Hero region were all smiling and congratulating him. 3 days later, I will fight with Xiao Han. What will you choose? Garen smiled out of this world. Of course I choose first senior brother to defeat Xiao Han. Is there a need to consider? A girl took out a jade tablet and sent her thoughts. Alright, I've chosen. Eldest senior brother will definitely kill Xiao Han in an unstoppable manner. First senior brother, let's not talk about the fact that you've achieved great mastery in your martial arts. We can't choose Xiao Han just from the standpoint of friend and foe. A short young man also took out a jade tablet and sent his thoughts to Garen. Soon, the group of geniuses from the Devil Hero region took out their jade tablets and sent their thoughts to choose Garen as the winner. However, there were also a few people who looked a little hesitant, as if they couldn't decide. They stood in the distance and whispered to each other. Senior brother, go this. I heard from first senior brother that Xiao Han killed demon monarch Qing Lin. Moreover, we had more than 30 people besieging him, but they were all killed by him in a thunderous way, causing us to suffer heavy losses. This kind of fierce person is rare in the world. Although Big Martial Brother is also a deity that descended from the heavens, but it is really hard to say that he will be able to defeat Xiao Han steadily. It will definitely be a bitter battle. It is really hard to make a choice. If we make the wrong choice, we will never be able to become heroes in this lifetime. What should we do? If we don't choose first senior brother, our masters will definitely regard us as traitors when they find out about this in the future. We'll be in trouble. These people were discussing with each other, showing a hint of indecisiveness. The corner of Garen's mouth twitched slightly and he sneered. Why are you guys so hesitant to choose? Do you think that I will fail miserably in the battle with Xiao Han? What a joke. Listen, the higher-ups of the Devil Hero Tower have changed the rules of the 4th round of the competition at the last minute. They want me to fight against Xiao Han so that I can completely defeat Xiao Han and become the Devil Hero with my strongest appearance. In the future, I will definitely be all-powerful, dominate the world, and create an immortal legend and meritorious deeds. Why are you still hesitating? Yes, first senior brother will make our choice now. Make your choice now. Under the pressure of Garen's imposing manner, these people had no choice but to send their thoughts into the jade tablets. However, they quickly exchanged a look. At this moment, Garen's temperament seemed to have changed greatly. He was no longer as ethereal and reserved as before. Instead, he had a domineering arrogance. Upright, arrogant, and despotic. At this moment, there were already hundreds of contestants gathered outside this area. Almost all the contestants who had not died in the 4th round had gathered here. They all came to observe Garen's strength and wanted to make a choice between Garen and Xiao Han. Now they were all criticizing Garen. Garen's imposing manner is getting stronger and stronger. It's as tall and terrifying as a divine mountain. So powerful. He's really too powerful. Yeah, look at him. His face is like jade and his whole body seems to be covered with immortal chi. It's as if he can shrink the ground into inches or even teleport at any time. That's why we can't capture the aura of his soul. Yes, I can't lock onto Garen's real position at all. It's too ethereal. Moreover, his spiritual fluctuation seems to be able to affect my will. This person is really too powerful. What should we do? What should we choose now? Let's just choose Garen to defeat Xiao Han. Fine, I'll choose Garen. I won't dwell on it anymore. Garen's temperament is too otherworldly. On the other hand, Xiao Han is the typical example of a villain who has gotten rich overnight. In the battle between the two of them, I still think more highly of Garen. When things reach an extreme, they will move in the opposite direction. This Garen is too prosperous. It's not a good thing. Xiao Han is different. Previously in the Fate game, Xiao Han experienced the Starlight Extinction calamity. Yet he was still immortal. The road to happiness is strewn with setbacks. I choose Xiao Han. These contestants also began to make their choices. There are actually people who choose Xiao Han? Garen's face twitched slightly as he said indifferently to his junior brothers and sisters. You guys go and tell those guys to all choose me. Tell them what the most correct choice is. Today, not only do they have to choose me, Garen, but they also have to watch the battle between Garen and Xiao Han devoutly and cheer for me. If anyone dares to choose Xiao Han, not only will they not be able to become a demon hero, but I, Garen, will definitely take revenge and punish them after the battle. Quickly go and announce my will to them. Let them know that a wise man submits to circumstances. Garen's junior brothers and sisters were slightly stunned. They realized that their big senior brother Garen's personality had become very extreme. It was completely different from the previous concealing and biding his time. It was as if he had completely changed into a different person. However, they did not dare to disobey Garen at all. They all walked towards the contestants on the periphery. You guys are still hesitating in your hearts. Should you choose our big senior brother Garen or Xiaohan, that grassroot? How stupid. How can a despicable guy like him defeat our big senior brother? Listen, all of you must choose big senior brother Garen. When you become demon heroes in the future, you must also bow down to big senior brother Garen. This is to choose a side. A single mistake may cause everlasting sorrow. If anyone chooses the wrong side and chooses Xiaohan, then only death awaits them. If you go against the people of our demon hero region, the consequences will be unimaginable. One of Garen's diehard followers roared sternly, threatening many contestants to make their choice. Isn't this too domineering? So domineering? We must choose Garen? Otherwise he will kill us? Arrogant. I won't choose Garen. Many of the contestants had developed feelings of resistance towards Garen. At this moment, boom, a powerful force rose from Garen's body into the sky. The huge aura and power made everyone present tremble. Garen slowly walked towards the crowd. When the wind blew and the water reflected the flowers, behind him, there stood an ancient Buddha shadow that was dozens of feet tall. It was shining with golden light, its eyes were slightly closed, and it was chanting Buddhist Dharma. This ancient Buddha shadow was extremely powerful. Its big hand held the sky, and its feet stepped on the land, the sea, and all living creatures. It made everyone have to kneel down and worship the Buddha devoutly. However, these demons that were teleported over were also in a situation where they were like a group of dragons without a leader. They did not dare to take the initiative to rampage. Boss, why do I feel that this Garen's temperament is completely different from before? Before this Garen was still putting on an act, obviously showing the face of an otherworldly expert. But now his demonic energy is dense and his aura is terrifying. Fatty Zhu muttered. Garen's aura is more than twice as strong as before. His mental energy fluctuation is very strange. It's good and evil, sometimes good and sometimes evil. Could it be that his cultivation caused him to become a demon? Mo Qingtong said worriedly. Xiaohan, you have to be careful. Don't be careless. Just now you killed Garen's junior brother in front of him, but he actually endured it. The shrewdness is really scary. It's nothing. I'm also making use of the time to cultivate now. Xiaohan smiled calmly and sat cross-legged. The demon monarch's palm tattoo on his left arm triggered a vortex-like crazy suction force. In an instant, the demon soldiers and demon generals' corpses in all directions were decomposed and melted, turning into rays of demonic light. All rivers run into the sea, all birds returned to their nests, and all entered Xiaohan's left arm. Fatty, Yunrong, Qingtong, senior sister Hua, you guys also cultivate in this environment full of demonic aura. Go and kill those demon soldiers and demon generals that were teleported over to temper your willpower and break through the true meridians. Xiaohan smiled slightly. Alright, Xiaohan, it seems that your cultivation method has opened a unique path. You can transform the demon corpses into your own energy. This is rare throughout the ages. Let's hunt the demon soldiers for you. Mo Qingtong raised her hand, and a demonic force field directly enveloped a group of demon generals. The light was distorted and the void collapsed. In an instant, a group of demon corpses were killed, and they let out heart-wrenching roars. Whoosh, 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 the demon soldiers that were killed by Mo Qingtong quickly turned into rays of colored demonic light and shot into the demon monarch's palm tattoo on Xiaohan's left arm. On the demon monarch's palm, a new demonic vein was awakened. Soon, Xiao Yunrong, Fatty Zhu, and Huoyang also attacked brazenly and tried their best to kill the demon soldiers. All the benefits were obtained by Xiaohan. On the 29th floor of the Monster Hero Tower. Sect Master, I have already placed a large bet on junior brother Xiaohan. However, from the odds on the outskirts, there are very few people who are optimistic about junior brother Xiaohan. Garen is the favorite to win. Xiao Mingchu rubbed his hands and said to Crow. Eldest senior brother, I don't have anything valuable on me. Only this sword is valuable. Please help me bet this sword on junior brother Xiaohan. Chapter 216. Xiaohan and Garen finally met in the arena. This was a battle between the strongest of the younger generation. It was also a fateful battle. Everyone was watching. Garen was indeed a genius cultivated by a group of antiques in the Wuxia region. His temperament was becoming more and more extraordinary. With his eyes closed, he looked like a god who had descended from heaven and stood out from the crowd. His fingers pinched together like an orchid, and behind him, an ancient Buddha phantom that was dozens of feet tall appeared. Its eyes were closed, and it seemed to be bemoaning the state of the universe and pitying the fate of mankind. It slowly raised its right palm and pressed down slightly. The void froze and imprisoned, suppressing all evil and evil, crushing a part of the world. Garen's body was covered in Buddha's light. The space around him was constantly blooming. The bamboo of tranquility, the Bodhi tree, the Shura tree, and the holy lotus. His aura had reached its peak. Circles of misty halos appeared on the surface of his body. He was like a saint and a god who was respected and worshipped by thousands of people. His aura was unparalleled. He was the most outstanding. Xiao Han stared at Garen without a ripple in his eyes, laughing coldly. Garen's head moved slightly. He looked around. Although his eyes were not open, it was as if he was using his mind's eye to see through the hearts of every contestant present and see through everyone's inner secrets. Everyone was horrified. In front of Garen, they felt as if their clothes were not enough to cover their bodies. Everyone here, some of you have chosen me, Garen, and some of you have chosen Xiao Han. Garen spoke with fervor and assurance. His aura was calm, and his tone was high and mighty, as if he had everything under control, like an imperial envoy reading an imperial edict to a group of natives. I, Garen, have reached the perfect state of Buddhism. All laws are empty. Those who believe in me, Garen, will have a prosperous fate. It is equivalent to forsaking darkness for light. Those who believe in me, Garen, will have a prosperous family and live a carefree life. Gradually, Garen's words turned into a chant. The ancient Buddha shadow behind him also opened its mouth wide and started chanting. The sound grew louder and louder, majestic, torrential, toppling mountains and overturning seas, shocking the ages. Within the space there was a rumbling echo. All of a sudden, these sounds turned into a golden river, rushing back and forth, scouring and pouring down. His chanting was so loud that the only thing left in the ears and minds of the contestants was Garen's majestic figure, his ethereal aura, and his voice that was like a flood. Everyone couldn't help but put their palms together and worship Garen. Their minds were swaying and they couldn't control themselves. In the next moment, a demonic light flashed on Xiao Han's left arm and the air within a radius of 10 miles seemed to be sucked dry in an instant, forming a vacuum. Then everyone saw a mountain-like palm flash in the air. Pa! A dull and crisp sound was heard. The ancient Buddha shadow behind Garen actually cracked inch by inch. When they looked at Garen again, he had already fallen from the holy lotus platform and flew tens of meters away. He landed heavily on the ground with half of his face embedded in the soil. He kept coughing blood and spitting out mud from his mouth. He was in a sorry state. A slap to the face. No one had expected that Garen, who had a soaring aura and a dignified appearance, who had appeared with a deluge of heavenly flowers and golden lotuses, would be slapped to the ground by Xiao Han. Everyone was dumbfounded. Their teeth chattered and made a gurgling sound. What a good-for-nothing. Xiao Han crossed his arms. A good-for-nothing is a good-for-nothing. No matter what Buddhist technique or immortal technique you cultivate, you will always be a good-for-nothing. After Xiao Han sucked demon monarch Qing Lin dry, 40,000 vital meridians were awakened in his left demon monarch palm, which was equivalent to half of demon monarch Qing Lin's demonic power. These few days, he had been crazily nourishing the demon monarch palm, causing the number of awakened demon meridians to reach 43,000. 43,000 demon meridians was equivalent to 4.3 million ding of pure power. When it was unleashed, rivers were cut off, mountains were shattered, and the ground was cracked. No matter what technique Garen cultivated, he was only at level 5 true chi. Without expanding his meridians, he would never be able to withstand such a tyrannical power. Roar! In an instant, Garen let out a horrifying wail that sounded like a cuckoo's blood-crying apes. It was heart-wrenching as if he was mourning for his parents. The muscles in his eyes twitched non-stop as demonic chi surged around his body. Xiao Han, you forced me to do this. All of a sudden Garen's eyelids opened a sliver. Wung, dense demonic clouds began to gather from all directions. The bright and beautiful sky gradually darkened, and the light disappeared bit by bit. The roar of 10,000 demons resounded between heaven and earth. Garen was actually forcing his eyes open. To be continued. Chapter 217. Garen was slapped to the ground by Xiao Han. It was extremely tragic. Moreover, this was something completely unexpected. Garen was born to be a supreme. Moreover, he had been cultivating in seclusion for the past few days to understand the Dharma. It was almost a great success. Once he realized it, all the laws were gone. Made Chinese network, he came out of seclusion in the most powerful and domineering manner. He swore to kill Xiao Han in a dignified manner to enforce justice on behalf of the heavens. Garen stood on the ring, accumulating his aura. He reached a terrifying state where flowers were falling from the sky, golden lotuses sprouting from the ground, the four seasons withering, and the universe in his palm. He spoke the truth and enforced justice on behalf of the heavens. On the contrary, Xiao Han was very low-key and restrained his aura. On the surface, it was not a problem for Garen to completely defeat Xiao Han. However, the result of the battle instantly turned into a nightmare. One slap to the ground. There were no unnecessary movements. This was a crushing defeat. A complete destruction and suppression of absolute power. All the contestants on the spot were stunned, including Xiao Han's companions and those who had chosen Xiao Han to win. They could not believe their eyes. In the chivalrous region, countless chivalrous watched the battle through the images sent back by the magic eye stone. It was thrilling. The 29th floor of the chivalrous tower. Kikik, Xiao Mingchu's throat emitted an owl-like sound. He stared at the image on the screen. His vocal cords seemed to have been cut off, and he couldn't say a single word. Dark Dragon and the Sky Demon Old Man, whose hearts had not stirred for a long time, were now surging. Good. Xiao Han. Dark Dragon was almost unable to control himself. His combat power has improved so much. Good. Very good. The highest floor of the chivalrous tower. Garen's masters. Dead silence. On this floor. There was dead silence. Like a ghost in a grave. After a long time, what's going on? What's going on? Garen was actually defeated in one move. This Xiao Han actually used the demon clan's methods. Like breaking dry weeds and smashing rotten wood, directly defeating Garen. Presumptuous. Really presumptuous. Garen is an unparalleled prodigy that we have carefully selected. He has been nurtured by us since he was young and we have spent a large amount of resources on him. Why can't he defeat a nameless grassroots youth? This was unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Garen. You evil creature. Ever since he was young, he had been conceited and looked down on everyone. Mud can't help a wall. We were all blind. Choosing you as his successor. Now, we will become the laughingstock of the entire Yaoxia Pagoda and even the entire Yaoxia domain. All the demonic energy in the 43,000 demon veins on the demon monarch's palm was instantly sucked out. A bright demonic light flashed on Xiao Han's left hand, and a blood moon scimitar appeared in his hand. This scimitar was curved like the moon, releasing a beautiful, graceful, and pure demonic light. The body of the scimitar was engraved with countless ancient demon runes and talismans, describing the demon race's civilization. The demon fire was burning. There was also an extremely evil eyeball embedded on the scimitar. Demonic chi soared into the sky, devouring the heaven and earth. With a slight blink of this eyeball, all space, time, light, air, life aura, and even demonic chi were all devoured. A demonic chi vortex formed on top of Xiao Han's head, shattering the void. The pious chanting of the ancient demon race could be faintly heard. Between heaven and earth, all the living beings were terrified, and their blood turned cold. Xiao Han held the demonic saber in his left hand, and his body was bathed in the demonic fire. The demonic light was like the sea, and the demonic song was like the tide. Strolling leisurely towards the demonized Garen, he was calm and relaxed. With your small physique in a small realm, even if you demonize, how strong can you be? If the demonic chi is too strong, your body won't be able to withstand it and will explode. This slash of mine contains the power of 43,000 demon veins, which is equivalent to half of Qing Lin Demon Monarch's attack power at his peak. I can't kill you with one slash? Ah. I don't care if you are a human, a demon, or an immortal. Today you will die in my hands. If you are a human, I will kill you. If you are a demon, I will slay a demon. If you are an immortal, I will kill an immortal. What? The experienced demon warriors were all dumbfounded. Is the world-ending demonic saber? How did Xiao Han get his hands on it? This demonic saber has killed countless young demon warriors. It is the trump card that Qinglin Demon Monarch used to dominate the world. The natal demonic technique was actually obtained by Xiaohan. Poof! A demonic and beautiful saber radiance flashed out from Xiaohan's hand. This slash was poignant, beautiful, sorrowful, desperate, and heartbreaking. It was a beauty that surpassed any secular world. Its speed was a few hundred times faster than the speed of sound. Wherever the saber radiance passed, the world was in chaos. Not even a blade of grass could be seen. Everything was sucked out and turned into nothingness. The airflow was chaotic and collapsed. Traces of withering could be seen everywhere. To be continued? That you're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.